Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Joe Bean Stadium here on the campus of Wheaton College. My name is Abram Erickson. Thanks for joining us on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Tonight is senior night at Joe Bean Stadium, so we are excited to send it down to the field with public address announcer Rusty Lindsay, where we will go through the festivities to honor tonight's 7 seniors on the Thunder.
Marcelo Galvo says of the group, we truly appreciate this group of seniors, not only because of their commitment to the team and the program and everything that they have been through, but also has been remarkable to see how they have welcomed all the new players to the team. Especially the captains, Will and Pete, have shown a willingness to serve all the players on the team. It has been a blessing to see their character flourish this season. Our first senior tonight is Sean Dunlop, a business economics and Spanish double major from Oakton, Virginia. He's joined by his mother, Sherry Dunlop. Sean has appeared in 49 matches in his Thunder career, including 10 this season. He scored his only collegiate goal last year in a Wheaton victory against nationally ranked Luther College, and had an assist in his sophomore season in a victory against Luther. Sean is a 3-time selection to the CCIW Academic All-Conference team. Sean Dunlop. Next we have Jacob Kapitaniak and his parents Joelle and Evelyn. Jacob is a Christian education and ministry major from Wheaton, Illinois. Jacob has played in 55 matches in his career at Wheaton with 3 goals and 2 assists. As a sophomore, he scored 2 goals and 2 assists, including the game-winning goal in a victory against North Central College. As a freshman in 2016, he scored the game-winning goal in a victory against North Park in the CCIW tournament. Jacob Kapitaniak. Our next senior is Chad Miller, a double major in economics and French from Eagan, Minnesota. He is joined by his parents, Joe and Karen Miller. In his 4 seasons at Wheaton, Chad has appeared in 44 matches with 1 goal and 1 assist. As a junior last season, he scored his lone collegiate goal in a victory against Carroll. Chad is a 3-time selection to the CCIW's Academic All-Conference team. Chad Miller. Next, we have Austin Pack, an elementary education major from Birmingham, Alabama, with his father, Scott Pack. In 4 seasons at Wheaton, Austin has appeared in 32 matches with 2 career goals and 3 assists. He scored a goal in Wheaton's victory against Benedictine in the 2018 Bob Baptista Invitational, and he tallied a goal and an assist in a win against Finlandia to conclude Wheaton's 2017 season. Austin Pack. Our next senior is Peter Whalen, who is a business economics major from Bedford, Mass. He is joined by his parents, Mary and Doug Whalen. Peter had played in 57 matches in his 4 seasons at Wheaton with 10 goals and 5 assists. This season he has scored 4 goals with 2 assists, including a goal and an assist in a season-opening victory against St. Norbert. As a junior, he registered the game-winning goal in a 1-0 victory against Milliken. And as a sophomore in 2017, he had a goal and an assist with a season-opening victory against St. Olaf and tallied the game-winning goal in a victory over Elmhurst. Peter Whalen. Next, we have Missiker Wingate with his parents Gary and Kathy Wingate. Missiker is a Christian education and ministry major from Severna Park, Maryland. He has appeared in 56 matches in his Thunder career with 3 goals and 8 assists. In 15 matches this season, he has 2 assists and 1 goal, which came in Wheaton's victory against Wittenberg to open the 2019 season. As a sophomore in 2017, he scored the game-winning goal in a Thunder victory against Knox College. His first career game-winning goal came in a victory against Lake Forest in his freshman season. Missiker Wingate. Our final senior tonight is Will Woodfin with his parents Woody and Renee. Will is a business economics major from Hawthorne, New Jersey. He has appeared in 52 matches in his career for the Thunder with 13 goals and 2 assists. As a sophomore in 2017, he earned second-team All-CCIW recognition, scoring 7 goals that season, including 2 in a victory over Carroll. As a freshman in 2016, he scored the game-winning goal in a conference victory against Milliken and tallied 2 goals in a win over Augustana. Will Woodfin. Ladies and gentlemen, please give our seniors and their families another round of applause.
Once again, we want to thank you for joining us for this Wheaton Thunder Sports Network presentation of Wheaton Thunder men's soccer here at Joe Bean Stadium on the campus of Wheaton College. My name is Abram Erickson. Thanks for joining us for senior night tonight at Joe Bean Stadium. We are excited to honor tonight's seniors. If you just are coming with us, we got through the senior night festivities that are finishing up on the field now, honoring Sean Dunlop, Jacob Kapitanic, Chad Miller, Austin Pack, Peter Whalen, Missiker Wingate, and Will Woodfin, our 7 seniors here on the Thunder this year. As we look to have them come off the field now, they will begin to excuse me, sorry about that. As we begin to move forward now, the teams will head back to their respective sidelines and get ready to head onto the field for the introductions and our national anthem. Tonight's matchup is between the Wheaton Thunder and the North Park Vikings. The North Park rated 15 in the country during this most recent poll, and they currently sit atop the CCIW. They are 6-1 on the year in conference play, and then 13-4 overall. The Thunder come in with a record of 10-4-3 and 3-2-2 in the CCIW. If you got a chance to take in the most recent match here at Joe Bean Stadium, we saw the Thunder play to a 2-2 draw here at Joe Bean Stadium on Wednesday night, going into double overtime. And if you had the pleasure of watching that game, you know exactly how exciting those final 20 minutes of that match were, as teams traded shots back and forth, and in the overtime period, Wheaton themselves tallying 6 shots, Carthage tallying 4. So a lot of action. Neither team able to break the tie, and so they headed into tonight's game with that second tie of the year. So the Thunder sitting at 10-4-3 overall, 3-2-2 in the CCIW. Once again, if you're just joining us, I'm Abram Erickson here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We are ready now to send it down to the field in just a second, but I want to take a look now at the starting lineups for these two teams, which will be announced in just a couple of minutes. But one thing to note, Coach Galvo going ahead and starting all 7 seniors tonight. And oftentimes that may seem like something reserved specially for a senior night or things like that, but really good to note that these Thunder seniors have a ton of experience. As you look down across the line, Sean Dunlop, 49 matches, Kapitanic, 55, Miller, 44, Pack, 32, Whalen, 57, Wingate, 56, and Woodfin, 52 matches. So tons of experience from these seniors during their whole careers here at Wheaton College. And so nice to see them out on the field tonight. They'll get announced here in front of this home crowd that has gathered here at Joe Bean Stadium. As they walk out now to the center line, we will send it down to the field, and public address announcer Rusty Lindsay as he looks to introduce tonight's starting lineups and also for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Joe Bean Stadium on the campus of Wheaton College for tonight's CCIW matchup featuring the visiting Vikings of North Park University. The winner play with a record of 13-4 and 6-1 in the CCIW, and your Wheaton College Thunder entering play tonight 10-4-3 and 3-2-2 in the CCIW. At this time, let's meet the starters. First for the visiting Vikings of North Park. In goal, ring number 1, a junior from Skien, Norway, Matthias Stulen. Number 10, a sophomore from Sandnes, Norway, Ulrich Lund. Number 13, a sophomore from Bensonville, Illinois, Angel Berriga. Number 14, a freshman from Vinterbro, Norway, Runar Berg-Domas. Number 17, a freshman from Ljungskile, Sweden, Nicholas Holgersson. Number 20, a senior from Larvik, Norway, Erlend Kemkers. Number 21, a junior from Skokie, Illinois, Gianfranco De Carne. Number 24, a junior from Asker, Norway, Arjen Sindal. Number 30, a junior from Larvik, Norway, Peter Olsen. Number 34, a junior from Järna, Sweden, Shatil Kori. And number 40, a junior from Stockholm, Sweden, Gustav Eriksson. The Vikings are coached by Chris Gran. And now the starting lineups for your Wheaton College Thunder. In goal, ring number 32, a junior from Kalamazoo, Michigan, Haston Biddlecombe. Number 2, a senior from Savannah Park, Maryland, Missiker Wingate. Number 4, a senior from Birmingham, Alabama, Austin Pack. Number 6, a senior from Eagan, Minnesota, Chad Miller. Number 8, a senior from Oakton, Virginia, Sean Dunlop. Number 10, a senior from Wheaton, Illinois, Jacob Kapitaniak. Number 11, a junior from Cornelius, North Carolina, A.J. Moyes. Number 17, a senior from Bedford, Massachusetts, Peter Whalen. Number 22, a senior from Hawthorne, New Jersey, Will Woodfin. Number 23, a junior from Burlington, Iowa, Justin Hill. And number 36, a sophomore from Cranberry, New Jersey, Drew Beamer. Wheaton is coached tonight by Marcelo Galvo. At this time, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we are now all ready and set to begin in tonight's final CCIW match of the year between the Wheaton Thunder and the 15th ranked North Park Vikings. Thank you for joining me tonight on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network for this presentation of Wheaton Thunder men's soccer. We'll get a chance to see the Thunder face off against the Vikings tonight in a matchup that certainly does matter, especially for Wheaton as we come into the closing of the CCIW season. A win here against North Park may prove extremely helpful in their bid for a CCIW tournament slot as the teams get ready to take the field. You can see now a great view of Joe Bean Stadium. You see those flags whipping hard from left to right on your screen. It is a chilly night here in Wheaton, Illinois. A good stiff wind working its way, as I said, from left to right across that field. But conditions are a little better than the night we saw just on Wednesday. If you tuned in on WTSN, you got a chance to see the Thunder face off against the Carthage Redmen. And that game, played to a 2-2 draw. But that game experienced a lot of rain, a lot of wind, and cold temperatures that made that extremely tough for the players. It ended up being an incredible finish, although it did end in that draw. The Thunder moved their record to 10-4-3. Following that, it was their second tie in the CCIW. They're 3-2-2 in the conference schedule now. As you look out on the field, you'll see the Thunder in their all whites, their typical home uniforms. North Park wearing all black. Tonight, the Thunder look like they will start the kickoff here, and Will Woodfin goes back to Austin Pack, who immediately sends it over to the North Park back line to get things started tonight. As I mentioned previously, all 7 Thunder seniors that got a chance to be honored tonight at senior night are starting in tonight's game. So we'll see a little bit of a lineup different than what we've seen in the past for this Thunder team, but one that's still certainly capable. As you see Chad Miller there push the ball over to A.J. Moyes. Now that one sent off the sideline by Gunnar Berg-Domas as Woodfin gave chase. It'll now be a throw-in deep in Viking territory early for the Thunder. Woodfin tries to get it up ahead into Whalen. He's inside the box now, working with his left foot, turning back, trying to send a cross in, and that one deflects off the end line. The Thunder will have an early corner kick here, and that's a great sign for the Thunder. As we saw in the game against Carthage, the Thunder, anytime they got corner kicks, were able to get good chances on goal. And this would be a great early start for the Thunder if they were able to make something happen here and put a nice shot on frame. This one is sent in low towards the near post, but cleared away immediately by the North Park defense. The Thunder want to keep on the attack, though, as Dunlop heads it up, now over to Wingate, and getting it over to Miller in the center. Up now to Woodfin, and it'll go back to the North Park side after a turnover. The Thunder relentless in the offensive side of the field as just now finally it crosses the center line for North Park. In the center of this ball will switch the field and go over to Sindal. Holgerson now working towards the middle, and it'll get sent back out now to Erickson. Erickson wants to chip something in. He sends this one to the far corner of the box. Cut away nicely over on the other side by A.J. Moyes, but a little misplay by Miller sends it deeper into Thunder territory. That one will deflect off of a North Park defender, and so the Thunder will get the ball back here. It'll be a throw-in as that one just went to the left side of the flag over there in the corner. We've got now just 43 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half tonight. Already just a minute and a half gone, and we've seen the Thunder pretty aggressive here early in this one. Although that throw-in goes out of bounds quickly, it'll mean North Park takes back possession. Send into the middle now once again, and working backwards is Holgerson. This one will be sent all the way to the back line of North Park, worked across to Kemkers. Kemkers in that center back position, sends the ball up. Dunlop gets a piece of it and sends it up ahead to Wingate. Wingate tries to keep it in play and does, although it heads right to North Park. And now Erickson will control and tap it back to Sindal. Sindal over to Kemkers, and the two of them go back and forth for a couple of touches until Sindal looks up ahead towards the middle. Corey got that one over to his teammate, and now off the ricochet, Corey will have it. Corey tapping this one back to Lund, and now over on the far side of the field, looking to work inside is Barriga. A lot of contact on that play as now the Thunder gain possession and look to work this one ahead. Pack tried to find Wingate, but not able to as Woodfin makes a run at that center back for North Park. This one will roll all the way up to Haston Biddlecombe, and he will just roll it out to Beamer on the far side. Beamer works his way up the sideline. Moyes opts to go all the way back to Biddlecombe and reset things here. As we get a little bit of a lull in the action, we can take a look at the splits between these two teams. North Park, 47 goals on the year compared to the Thunder's 38 as the ball is tapped back to Biddlecombe once again. And they're a team that can certainly put shots on frame and put goals in the back of the net. Pater Olsen, the one for North Park that's been tearing it up this season. He's got 17 goals in 17 games, and so we'll certainly look out for him throughout tonight's match. This sent over to Miller, and Miller gets it into the center to Kapitanic. Kapitanic sends this one up to Wingate. Sindal doing a nice job to shield Wingate there from making a play on that ball as Mateus Stuhlen will control it and get his first touch of the night. Stuhlen is in goal for the Vikings. This one sent up ahead and batted around a couple times towards the midline. Whalen goes down, but then a nice 50 ball won by Dunlop. Peter Whalen will cut that one away. It'll go back to North Park, and Sindal will throw this one in. Sindal comes into the middle and goes to Olsen. Olsen will bring this one down, and a great pass back over his head. Keeps that one in play. It's now back to Hill. Justin Hill looking for somewhere to go. Goes in the middle to Woodfin. And that one sent over the sideline. And Sindal will get a chance to throw in right where he stood just a couple seconds ago. Holgerson goes all the way back to his defensive line and finds Kemkers. Kemkers passing it around with Berg Domas. And now it's up ahead to Olsen. Olsen on the right side to Sindal. Sent in. And now Hill vying for it on the right side by Holgerson. Ball tried to be crossed into the top of the box where Olsen was waiting, but cut away nicely by the Wheaton defense. Kapitanic racing in now to take that ball away, but Sindal recovers off of the turnover. Olsen A pass into the middle. It's outside to Holgerson. Now Erickson is there on the right corner of that box. Tries to split two defenders, but has it taken away by Dunlop. Dunlop has that one roll off the sideline. North Park will now throw it in. And after an early bit of possession from the Thunder in the first 2 or 3 minutes, it's been almost all North Park here in these last 4 or 5 as they've kept the ball on their offensive side, easily working it around these Thunder defenders. Holgerson now on that corner, works to his left. He's going to fire off a shot that bounces low, and a nice save by Haston Biddlecombe, his first of the night. You see Holgerson doesn't need much space as he just gets this one, sending it off his right foot, volleying it to a left-footed shot, but Biddlecombe is right there to field the one bouncer. And now Biddlecombe will be ready to send this one away. He'll go short to Hill with 38 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the half. Up now to Wingate, a little touch pass over to Kapitanic on the midline. And Dunlop now back to Hill. Beamer on the right side. Now working, trying to take advantage of some space that he has. Instead, it's taken away by North Park. Erickson tries to get a pass over to Holgerson. It's a little high, but Holgerson keeps it in play using his head, and now it's a race to the end line. Holgerson cutting it back in, right around the corner of that box, and then going down hard on that line along with Dunlop. No whistle, and it'll be back over to the touchline where it will roll off, and the Thunder will regain possession. Good job by the Thunder to make things tough for Holgerson already early. Holgerson, 3 goals himself in this season. Erickson going back into the middle now to Lund. Here's Kemkers. Kemkers playing back to Berg-Domas, who will send this one up, trying to hit Holgerson on the run, but that pass is well out in front of Holgerson. He won't even make an attempt at it. Instead, the Thunder will get the ball back. Dunlop trying to find someone to throw into. He goes to Wingate, but it's immediately taken away. He's double-teamed by Sindahl and Holgerson. Erickson back to Lund in the center. Lund chips it over to the far side. And A.J. Moyes and Chad Miller giving defense there to DeCarne. DeCarne will throw it in now after it is deflected off Miller, and he will actually hand it off to have it be thrown in. He'll be the target. Instead, it goes up over his head, and Beamer clears it away out towards the center circle. Kapitanic with the ball in the middle, working to his left and trying to find Dunlop on the bottom side of your screen. He does, and then strings a pass ahead to Wingate. Wingate back to Dunlop, and now content to go back to Justin Hill. Hill up ahead to Kapitanic. Kapitanic now brought down hard from behind by Holgerson. Referee blows the whistle. A pretty straightforward call for him to make, as he's now motioning to Erickson to make sure that he received the referee's point. It'll be a free kick for the Thunder, and one of the first times that they've got the ball with a little breathing room on their side of the field since the very beginning. Hill plays it out over to the right to Moyes. And now Moyes will chip this one in towards the box. Wingate elevates and gets ahead on the ball, but Sindahl is there to collect the rebound. He'll try to push this one ahead, and he does, trying to get it up to Corey. But a nice play by Hill just goes back to Biddlecombe. Biddlecombe going over now to Beamer, and Beamer stringing it parallel across the top of that box to Hill. See the Thunder playing with 2 in the back here. That's Hill and Beamer, and then 4 across with Moyes, Whalen, Pack, and Dunlop. 4 more up top: Wingate, Kapitanic, Woodfin, and Miller. A really good ball played ahead now to Wingate, and it's cut away there by Kemkers, but a great pass results in a Thunder throw-in. Wingate goes into Dunlop, and Dunlop will now go back to Beamer at the bottom of the center circle. Going over to Moyes. Moyes has a lot of space on that right side. He has Miller in front of him, trying to pass it inside, but Lund takes it away. Pack is there, and Pack goes down. Moyes playing it up the line to Woodfin. Last touched by Barriga. It'll be a Thunder throw-in with 34 minutes and 12 seconds to go. So we've got 10 minutes down already in tonight's matchup between the Thunder and the Vikings. No score. One shot on goal. Now this cross into the box, and that one goes parallel across the face of Stulen. No one there on the other side. Look at this cross as Moyes gets the pass, a great one from Miller. He sends it. Whalen not able to get on the other end of it, but there's no one there to recover that ball on the other sideline. Sindal, the Kenkers, and Wheaton trying to make a challenge there to make it difficult, and he does. Now Holgerson goes back to Sindal, but a lot of pressure from the Thunder. And a really good defensive play by Missiker Wingate forces Sindal to play that off the touchline. It'll be a throw-in. Kapitanic goes into Dunlop. Dunlop trying to push this into Miller. Miller back off the head of Barriga. Will bounce easily to Stulen. And Stulen will motion his team to go downfield. As I mentioned, we've seen just one shot on goal tonight, that coming from the Vikings as this ball is played into the middle of the field off the goal kick. Coming from Nicholas Holgerson. Haston Biddlecombe made the easy save, and now out of the net was Stuhler. Whalen trying to just get a piece on that ball and send it towards the net as Stulen was well off of his line. He wasn't able to. But a good effort by Whalen. Now Beamer trying to keep this ball away from Corey, and Corey's certainly not happy, as you can hear him yelling audibly. As sounded like he wanted the whistle as Beamer was using his body a little bit to shield Haston Biddlecombe. The clock will continue to run as Biddlecombe sets this down at the top of the 18. Looking to just go short. He'll play to Justin Hill. Hill into the middle to Pack. And Pack over to the other side of the field to Moyes. Moyes makes a good touch to control the ball and plays it inside to Miller. Miller's got space in front of him. Working to his right. He's tripped up. And there's another easy call for the official as Miller went down hard. This is going to be a free kick that's going to be placed just about 13 yards outside of the 18. Making this one just over a 30-yarder if they decide to go for goal. We'll see what the Thunder opt to do as the wall is marched back by the official. Looks like it'll be a three-man wall from the Vikings. We've got Kapitanic and Moyes standing over this one, and a clump of Thunder players, including Drew Beamer and Peter Whalen on the left side. Moyes just immediately sends this one in. It's headed away, but it's still inside the box. Kapitanic flicking it back over his head. Woodfin gets ahead on this one, goes out to Beamer, but a nice play made by Stulen to elevate and take that ball away. The Thunder using the free kick to try to get some offense going, and although North Park comes away with that ball, the Thunder do a nice job to put pressure on this North Park defense. Wingate taking that ball away from the Vikings, and then it's another turnover for the Thunder. Holgerson goes into Sindal. Beamer outside, goes across the field to Hill, and Hill will go back to Biddlecombe. It's now 30 minutes to go in the half, and after 15 minutes gone, not a lot of action so far inside Joe Bean Stadium on this senior night, as this one's cut away by North Park. Kapitanic sends it up, but Sindal will clear it back away towards midfield. But as I said, neither team coming out with a lot of fireworks in this one as of yet, as this ball is sent back to Stulen. Stulen sends it back up in the air, and it's one down on the other side by DeCarne. There's Miller working hard against DeCarne to try to get to that ball. Lund using his body to shield Miller away, and then Miller going to be called for the foul against Lund. It'll be a free kick here for North Park, and you can hear that wind continuing to whip through Joe Bean Stadium here, making it feel even colder than it is. And we've got a crowd here for senior night that packed in to see the festivities earlier before this game began. Once again, we're honoring our 7 seniors on the Thunder tonight as this one is played in by North Park. Shot fired off but blocked off of Beamer's body and now cut off the sideline. Beamer doing a nice job to keep that shot from getting to Biddlecombe, and we saw a similar play against Carthage just on Wednesday night where Beamer made an incredible save after Biddlecombe dove for a shot in the net. Beamer, rising up to head the ball out of danger, out of the goal. Save what could have been the game-winning goal against Carthage. Instead, it ended in a 2-2 draw. Once again, the Thunder playing this one across their back line. Hill and Beamer, such steady players, very confident with the ball at their feet. Hill now working across a couple defenders. He goes back to Pack. Pack will go to Biddlecombe. Biddlecombe had it. Olsen rushing onto him real quickly. He has to get it back out to Pack. Kapitaniuk giving a nice pass to Dunlop, and now Wingate takes control of it right around midfield. Erickson swoops in and cuts that ball away. Kemkers will now send it deep, and once again there's no one to chase that one as that pass is well out ahead. Beamer now on that other side, going in the middle to Whalen. 27.5 minutes to go in half number 1 here at Joe Bean. Score still 0-0 between the Vikings and the Thunder. Dunlop now chased by Holgerson, but he'll go back to Justin Hill. Hill over to Beamer as the Thunder look to retain their shape and find something here in the middle where they go to Woodfin. Now sending up to Moyes on the far side. Moyes has a lot of space. He's going to take control right outside the box. Fire one in. Miller waiting for the rebound and now chipping this one over. It'll be wide right. But the Thunder looking to get something going here with a really nice run from Moyes. Moyes sent that cross in. It was immediately cut away by a North Park defender, but Miller was right there to field the rebound at his feet and try to get a shot off. He does, but it's wide right. And so the things stay 0-0. It'll be a goal kick from Stuhlin. Woodfin wins the ball to begin, but now Olsen. Olsen on the outside. Getting it away to DeCarne. DeCarne working back and now going on the other side to Barriga. Barriga now streaking up ahead. Looking to find a teammate. He dumps it off in the middle. And now a shot fired hard from about 40 yards out. And that's well up over the crossbar. Not close. Biddlecombe not having to deal with that one. It was Erickson who pulled the shot from midfield. Biddlecombe now over to Hill. And this has been a very familiar sight. Biddlecombe playing these goal kicks short. Right to Justin Hill and trying to get something started that way. This one taken away, except there's a foul called in the center of the field. Kemkers was trying to make his run, and the Thunder don't sound happy about that one, as it did seem to be a little bit of a questionable call. It'll be a free kick. The official will march back Will Woodfin and Missiker Wingate. Two-man wall. Standing over this one is Olsen as well as Erickson. Out to the right to Holgerson. Holgerson working inside the box, trying to find with his left foot some space. Right to the top where Olsen fires off a shot. Deflected by the Thunder. Worked out back to Barriga. Now Lund trying to get it inside the box. Moyes sliding and cutting it away. Great tackle followed by another one as Moyes now pushed down hard from behind. And once again, North Park not happy about that call. The clock will be stopped, and looks like the official is reaching for that yellow card, which he will
number 40,
give to Gustav Eriksson. He'll be cautioned. And it did not look like Eriksson was actually the one that committed the foul.
Has been cautioned.
There against Moyes, but Erickson has been vocal already early in this game. Was talked to once by the referee and is now given the caution with 24 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this first half. Moyes now works to his feet as he was a little slow to get up, but he's now up and walking this one off. It'll be a free kick. Well past that midfield line. Beamer will take it, and Beamer will send it up ahead to Miller. Miller gets ahead on it, but it goes back up over his head and doesn't find the feet of any Thunder teammate. So North Park will look to be on the attack. Send up now to Corey. Corey gets past Beamer, and Moyes has to track down, racing towards the end line. And that one's sent off the sideline there. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in for the Thunder. A great job by Moyes to hustle down when Beamer got out of position. Moyes goes up to Whalen, but Lund wins it away. Now Kapitaniak sending it off the touchline with 24 minutes to go. North Park now into the middle. And we hear a whistle. Another foul called against the Thunder will mean another throw-in for North Park. Excuse me, it'll be a free kick here on the far side of the field. We'll see who stands over this one. It looks like it will be Erickson. He'll send the rest of his team over towards the top of the 18 with Sindal trailing a little bit behind. He'll curl this one in towards the near post. Kapitaniak is there to clear it away. Holgerson sending it back into the box. And then volleying that one to himself was Kemkers, making a really acrobatic play, but sending it high over the crossbar. Now the Thunder will wait for a ball to be thrown back on the field, but Biddlecombe will get a chance to send it away for a goal kick. Biddlecombe now send it away with 22 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Over to Moyes. Moyes heads it back to Beamer, and Beamer now back over to Biddlecombe. A lot of the action has been between those three players, Hill, Beamer, and Biddlecombe tonight. The Thunder not able to string a lot of passes together in the final third or even in their half of the field in this one so far, as this North Park defense has been stout thus far. Kemker is now sending it up ahead, and Moyes, a great touch to control that one. It goes back to Beamer now. North Park allowed only 17 goals on this year in their 17 games, so it's 1 goal a game for North Park. The Thunder, on the other hand, allowing just 20, so 1.18 goal allowed average for the Thunder. Two pretty good defensive teams battling it out tonight, as this one goes to Lund, who works with plenty of space on the left side. Passing it into the center and then flicked back to him, where now on the outside this ball will be crossed in. It's up over the head of Hill, and now Beamer has to clear it out. We have a whistle from the official. It looks like North Park signaling for a handball, but it will not be awarded, as the ball will go back to Haston Biddlecombe. Once again, we see North Park talking to the referee, trying to sort out this call. That's Corey, who is there speaking with the ref. Biddlecombe will send it outside to Beamer. And Beamer will try to go up ahead to Woodfin. It actually ricochets off of a North Park defender. Woodfin going down. There's no whistle, as the ball is back in the center circle, working across midfield. Now working his way inside, trying to cross this one in, is Corey gets headed up, and Biddlecombe comes soaring in to take that one away. Nice play made by Haston Biddlecombe. Right over the head of Corey, snatching it out of the air. 20 minutes left in the half. Our score is 0-0 between the Vikings and the Thunder, as Lund going to be called for the foul there against Peter Whalen. Just got into his back there as Whalen tried to receive that pass. Whalen will now go back to Biddlecombe. Justin Hill now working with lots of space up to the center line. Trying to find a teammate to pass to. Instead, Lund takes it away, and now Hill's out of position, and so it's over to Holgerson, who's wide open on the right side. Holgerson crosses into the middle and then tries to tee one up for Corey, but Corey sends that one up onto the public safety building.
Into the game for Wheaton, number 14, Alessandro Di Argento.
This is good recognition by North Park, realizing that Hill is outside of his spot, sending it to Holgerson, who's right there. Holgerson streaking towards the net with what looked like a one-on-one against Haston Biddlecombe, opted to cross that inside to Corey, and then as we see now on the field, it looks like Justin Hill being cautioned by the referee.
Correction, number 14, Michael Groza.
I think that's going to be because during that scramble for the ball, Hill seemed to maybe be holding on to Lund a little bit there. The referee waiting until after the play to award the yellow card and caution Justin Hill. Biddlecombe plays it over to Dunlop now. And we see number 14, Michael Groza, come into this game. Groza, the freshman. And now three more substitutes on this Thunder sideline lining up. It's Joey Sapikiotis, Stafford Dowling, and Silas Galvo all looking to come in. They will replace at least a couple of these Thunder seniors that have been out here for the first 35 minutes of this game. Hill will take a free kick here for the Thunder following the foul by North Park, and he will just play short over to Beamer. Justin Hill works across midfield into Groza. Groza working around Erickson. Groza going outside now to Miller. Miller working towards the end line, trying to cross this one in. Stops it on the end line and almost has it taken away, but he's fighting there against Barriga. Barriga ultimately coming out with it. But Groza and Miller still swarming him. He gets it inside to Olsen, and now Olsen will tip back to him as he sends it well past midfield, right to Drew Beamer. Beamer with the header goes over to the North Park side where DeCarne had it until Groza took it away. Now Beamer passing to Hill with 17 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Pack now with the ball, looking to pass ahead. He does to Kapitanic. Kapitanic dancing around a defender, but the ball will go over to Holgerson. Holgerson into the middle to Corey. Corey looking to send it to the far side as he dribbles out there, and that's what he does. It's now chipped into the top of the box. Olsen does not make a play on that ball. Holgerson comes down, but Wingate is there to get the rebound. Dunlop wanted to move up the sideline, but instead passes back to Hill, and Hill over to Biddlecombe. Biddlecombe across to Hill now with 17. And the Thunder content to play things pretty slow throughout the night tonight. Erickson passing over to Corey. Corey now has space as Woodfin tries to swoop in and take that ball away. He's not successful as Lund tips it over to Sindall. Sindall back in the middle to Lund. And the two will do a little give and go as now Olsen sends this one over, intended for Holgerson. But Sean Dunlop is there. Hill sending it away towards the center of the field where Kenkers takes that one away. Pass was intended for Will Woodfin. Now Pack stepping in front of this pass to Olsen and looking to work his way up. Trying to get this one up past the back line of North Park to Chad Miller. He's not able to. But now the ball just being ping-ponged back from side to side as it's now Thunder ball once again. Beamer tapping back to Biddlecombe, and Biddlecombe will go to the outside. Here on this near side, Justin Hill dribbling up with Kapitanic and Dunlop in front of him. Once again going to Biddlecombe. Biddlecombe back to Hill, and the Thunder need to get things off that box as now it's played up ahead into the middle. Tipped back and a shot by Lund will roll left of that far post.
Joey Sopikiotis, number 24, Silas Galvo, number 29, Stafford Dowling, number 15, Dylan Eder.
So we see Sopikiotis, Galvo, Dowling, and Eder come in. He will replace Missiker Wingate, Jacob Kapitaniak, Will Woodfin, and Chad Miller, 4 seniors recognized for senior night tonight. All 7 had started the game, and now as 4 come out, there are 3 remaining on the field. Austin Pack, Sean Dunlop, and Peter Whalen will stay on with 15 minutes to go in the half. Up ahead, now to Holgerson. Holgerson works to his left. Passing outside, but cut away nicely. Good anticipation by Moyes. Up to Galvo. Galvo working up the sideline. He's the leading goal scorer for the Thunder with 6 on the year. Galvo outside now to Sopikiotis. Sopikiotis crossing this one into the box. Gets off of Kemker's leg there, and Kemker's barely saving it before it gets off of the end line. Dunlop rushing into the center, has plenty of space. He'll fire off a shot that beats the goalkeeper and breaks things open for the Thunder. Sean Dunlop, an absolute strike, breaks the tie and gives the Thunder the 1-0 lead with 14 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the first half. Sean Dunlop getting his 2nd career goal. And look at this one. It heads over to him off the deflection. He just dribbles it up with 2 touches and fires this one off. You can see it knuckling up into the corner, beating the goalkeeper Stuhlin. And this Thunder sideline is ecstatic for Dunlop.
The Thunder goal is first in the year for number 8, senior Sean Dunlop. Dunlop unassisted.
And now North Park looking to come quickly out of that goal scored by the Thunder. Corey going into the middle to Lund. Lund has it taken away by Dowling, but it'll go right back to North Park. Now Erickson plays it outside, working towards that end line and looking to cross it in now. He does, chips it inside. Biddlecombe coming out and stopping that one. Good job by Biddlecombe here, as you see on that outside there is this ball looks to get sent in. Jumping in front there of Corey, and there was a little contact on that play. Corey will be called for a foul. The Thunder will once again send this one away. He goes short to Beamer, and I've talked a little bit tonight about how the Thunder seem very content to just play things out short. Now we haven't seen Biddlecombe punt it away much or really send any balls deep. Instead, he's been playing it to the feet of Beamer and Hill. And right now, that strategy paying off for the Thunder as they lead 1-0 with 14 minutes to go. Over to Lund. Eder just entered, comes over to Hill, and he's going to be on the ground here as it looks like maybe collided legs with Lund as Hill raced on to chase that ball down. Hill works to his feet.
North Park's number 10, Ulrich Lund, has been cautioned.
And we see Lund awarded the caution there as it looks like probably for a reckless challenge on that ball. Hill will stand over this ball and send a free kick away now that he's up on his feet. With 13:56 to go, the clock has stopped as we wait for play to resume down on the field. Referee works his way back into position, and the clock will be whistled to start. Hill into the middle to Pack, and Pack outside now to Moyes. Moyes to Galvo. Galvo working up that sideline, trying to send it into the box. A little miscommunication. He wanted to hit Dowling on the run. Dowling had stopped his run, though. It'll go harmlessly to Stuhlin. And these Thunder and Viking teams, 2 teams very evenly matched in terms of scoring spread between 2 halves. The Thunder in this year have scored 18 goals in the first half, 19 in the second half. North Park scoring 22 each in the first and second halves. Is now racing up ahead is Barriga. He fires a shot that's deflected, and Biddlecombe tracks it down on the end line. Really good anticipation from Biddlecombe to play that ball off of the deflection. Still race out to the side. You're going to see it here as Barriga fires off this shot. We'll see who it deflects off of. Possibly Beamer, altering the course of that shot, sending it to the near post, where Biddlecombe still was able to reach. Now the ball is back in that final third for the Thunder. And that one will just be let off the sideline. See a couple substitutions now for both teams.
For Wheaton, number 18, Alessandro D'Argento. For North Park, number 19, Patrick Knapp. And number 22, William Sandvist.
So we see Austin Pack come out, another of these Thunder seniors. He will be replaced by Alessandro D'Argento. For the Vikings, Knapp and Sandvist come in. They will take out Corey as well as DeCarne. Groza trying to get the ball away, but North Park now with numbers, working this ball to the outside. Cross played in, but Beamer sends that one away. It'll go off the sideline. Sandvist was already there getting some work early, as he just came onto the field, was the one that was dribbling that ball towards the end line. Now Barriga going outside, looks like to Olsen. Olsen works in and wants to feed a pass through. Instead it gets past everyone and goes off the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Thunder with 11 minutes and a half to go here in half number one. Biddlecombe will set it down, and we'll see where he happens to go. We see North Park looking to cover up that short pass that the Thunder have been so fond of doing tonight. A lot more pressure on this particular goal kick than normal, as Biddlecombe's trying hard to find somebody. He will opt to send this one away deep, but it's Sindall who comes down with that one right away. Dunlop tries to flick that ahead and keep it in play, but it goes out of touch. Sindall will come down to throw in. He goes in. Now to Holgerson. D'Argento, who just came in, works that away from him. A nice defensive play. Dowling over to D'Argento. D'Argento jockeying on the sideline with Sindall, deflecting off of Sindall and staying in bounds. Eder will take control of it. Kemkers will go back to Stulen. Now Sapikiotis making a run towards the goalkeeper. There was a little confusion there as Moyes, extremely confident that Holgerson down on this near side at the bottom of your screen was offside. And so he grabbed the ball in the center of the field before the head referee had noticed the assistant referee's flag up in the air. Things sorted out though on North Park sideline. Not happy at Moyes for picking that ball up, but he will not be reprimanded for that, as Beamer sends it up ahead, looking for Dowling. Dowling had to stay on side. Now Sapikiotis winning this ball towards the top of the box. Outside to Dowling. Dowling across inside. It's across the face of the goal and will roll off the end line. If there had been someone on the other side of that, Stulen was out of place. And that's the second time we've seen that happen tonight, where a ball has completely crossed the face of the goal, getting through all defenders, and there was no one on the other side to follow it up. So Stulen sends away with 9.5 off the head of D'Argento. Now Holgerson going to the right side, slid down by Justin Hill, and that's an important play as Holgerson was wide open on the right side. Erickson tries to get this to Olsen. Olsen comes out, and then we see Biddlecombe up in the air. Once again, we've seen Biddlecombe have to deal with these charging North Park offensive players coming into his body all night, and that's the second time it's happened. That time it looks like it's going to be Knapp who just arrived, and Knapp there didn't look like he was trying to come into Biddlecombe, was simply trying to stop as Biddlecombe went up in the air. He will be called for a foul, but that's it. Barriga now looking to throw in. He comes into Olsen. Olsen takes a big touch, and it goes back to Barriga. And now Eder deflects that one off the sideline. The Thunder still leading 1-0 off of that goal from senior Sean Dunlop. Second of his career and first of the season. Opened things up tonight against the Vikings. Sapikiotis in the middle. We see Kemkers all the way up. Now past the center circle. Outside, working on the corner. Up to Olsen. Olsen trying to fire off a shot, but Beamer is right there to deflect it. Moyes sends this one off, and another good defensive play by the Thunder to not allow a good shot by the Vikings. We've seen that plenty of times tonight where North Park gets within striking distance, but the Thunder defense has been able to swallow up the chance and either deflect the ball or cut it away. Bariga now throwing this one in. Up to Olsen. Olsen puts it up in the air. Outside to Sankis. Sapikiotis now looking to go ahead on the counterattack. There's only 3 defenders in front of him, but racing to cut it away is Bariga. Bariga in the center. Groza working against him. And now back into the middle to Kemkers. Kemkers will go back to Stuhlin under heavy pressure from Sapikiotis. It's over now to Berg Domas. And he plays up ahead to Olsen. Eder coming in and flying to take that ball away from North Park. Eder will take it right at the bottom of the center circle. Bringing it back to this near side of the field to Dunlop. He'll go back to Hill. And Hill over to Drew Beamer. Down below 7 minutes to go in the half. Now this ball played up to Moyes, and it'll one bounce up to the goalkeeper. Moyes running into Stuhlin this time, and so it is a little flip of what has happened twice already to Biddlecombe. Once again, Moyes called for the foul. No caution. Stuhlin goes up to Olsen. Olsen wins the ball and plays it up ahead. Beamer going to be called for a foul there as he came in to defend. Bariga throws into Olsen. Tipped off of DiArgento. And this North Park team has looked a lot more eager to score following the goal by the Thunder. Played to the outside. Knapp gets it now into the top to Eriksson. Eriksson goes inside to Olsen. Olsen still has control, working past a couple of Thunder defenders before Groza takes that one away. Groza trying to keep it in play. He does. It's off the chest of Sapikiotis. Played up by Eder, but now Sindal is right there. Sindal to Holgerson. Holgerson had Dunlop on his back, but Dunlop moves away. Hill intercepts that pass and moves it up to Dowling. Groza, a great pass, threading it in between Sindal to get to Dowling. Dowling working outside. A good tackle made by Kemkers. Kemkers gets back up and controls the ball, getting it back to Stuhlin with 5:20. Stuhlin sends this one high up in the air right to the center line. Dunlop and Edders win that one, but it's Knapp. Now going over to Olsen. There will be an overlap there as Knapp looks to the outside. Olsen works inside to the top of the box, fires off a shot that's once again deflected. Beamer coming down and sending Knapp outside of the box. Another deflection from Beamer. We've seen that a couple times tonight already. Foul will go against Galvo. It'll be a free kick for North Park, and we'll see they opt to play quick. Eriksson just goes to Sindal on the right side. Sindal goes to the corner. Moyes elevating and sending that one away from Sandvist. Eriksson now has it, and the Thunder looking to take the ball away and get it back into their half. North Park, such a good scoring team. Anytime they've got the ball in their third is dangerous. Up now ahead. Olsen fires off a shot. Biddlecombe right there punching it away, but on the follow-up, Eder coming and taking this one away. Biddlecombe not able to get a hand on it, instead just punching it away. Outside now to Sandfist. Sandfist sends it in, and Biddlecombe will fall on top of that one, and the Thunder will take their time here. You see this one worked into the center, played out by Olsen. Olsen firing off the shot. Biddlecombe punching it in, but Sandfist is right there for the follow-up. He's not able to get a foot on it while Biddlecombe is still on the ground, so the Thunder escape. A dangerous chance from the Vikings. Hill down to Dunlop, but Holgerson takes it away. It's off the sideline, and Holgerson will throw in with 3:40. He goes to Sindal. Sindal over to Holgerson, pushing it inside the box. Eder steps in front of that one and sends it off the touchline, so Sindal will throw again once again. He'll go into Olsen. Olsen back over to Sindal. He's right on that sideline, and Eder will tap it away once more. Sindal goes into Eriksson short. He's marked there by Groza. Groza and Dowling work to double team and send it away. Sindahl throws it in for the third time in a row. To Holgerson this time. Groza tries to step in front. Eriksson now up to Sandvist. And Holgerson tripped up on the ball as they work to the end line. Sindahl now in the corner. Lets that one roll off. The deflection by Eder. Cut away once again by Dowling. You see North Park not able to get the ball out of that corner. Top of the box. Thunder win this ball away and try to get it up to Spikiotis, but instead North Park right there. Barriga looking to play back to his back line to Kemkers. Berg-Domas has it at the center line and goes out to Barriga again. We're coming down on 2 minutes. Olsen works to chip up to Sandvist. Sandvist out, it's off of Olsen, and a bicycle kick from DiArgento there. Clears this one out. Lund in the center will fire off a shot that works its way well past the post on the near side, and outside of that corner you see after the ball stuck in that side of the field for so long, Lund senses the space and attempts to fire off that long shot, which had plenty of pace on it, but didn't do anything to trouble Biddlecombe. We're under 2 minutes now with just about a minute and a half to go. The Thunder just looking to escape the half with that 1-0 lead. Galvo works up the sideline. Barriga heads this one out of bounds. Moyes throwing it up ahead to Spikiotis. Bruner Domas right there. Ball crossed to the other side of the field, but Dunlop is there to meet it with 1:15. Groza working in the middle. We'll go back to Beamer, and Beamer over to Hill. We see this North Park team extending far up ahead, trying to intercept passes and make something happen in the final minute.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
Olsen wins this one away. Goes over to Sandvist. Moyes has it now. Moyes goes into Galvo. Now Beamer across the top of the box to Justin Hill. Hill with 45 seconds into Spikiotis. Spikiotis against Eriksson. Spikiotis stumbling but keeps the ball and passes to Eder. Eder outside to DiArgento. DiArgento trying to cross it into the box all the way up ahead with 30 seconds now. Dowling. Spikiotis fires off a shot off the rebound. And there's 20 seconds to go, but this ball had tons of speed on it, was just barely high. But you'll see it here. Spikiotis comes racing in and just misses over the crossbar. He's still going on down on the field with 10 seconds to go. The Thunder just wanted to cut this one away. We saw Olsen trying to make a challenge at the last second, and now this one set up into the box, but cut away by Moyes, and so
it is the end of the first half.
The clock will sound, and the Thunder will head into halftime up 1-0 on North Park. If you're the Thunder, I think you've got to be ecstatic about how things have gone so far. You've limited North Park's scoring opportunities. You've deflected some really good shots, and your defense has played well. On the offensive side, they had a couple chances early, weren't able to capitalize on them. It didn't come until about 25 minutes before half when Sean Dunlop sent in an emphatic strike that beat the goalkeeper and gave us this 1-0 lead. We'll head into halftime now and have a quick break before we're back for the second half here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
Be inspired as you seek to make a difference in the lives of children as an elementary, middle, or high school teacher.
Be challenged by a strong academic program that prepares you for the leadership skills needed to lead a classroom.
Be equipped with the strategies and tools from experienced professors in a program that boasts a 100% passing rate for all licensure exams.
Be inspired to lead others to the Christian faith as professional English language teachers serving across the globe.
Be challenged as you dive deep into learning about other cultures while understanding how to create the bridge between English and the native language of your students.
Be equipped as you gain valuable skills and lessons from leading researchers and teachers in the field who have decades of experience and whose work spans 6 continents.
Be inspired by diving deep into the study of the Bible and understanding the theology behind our faith.
Be challenged with advanced study of biblical and theological knowledge.
Be equipped to expand your knowledge, build your academic skills, develop critical reflection, and serve for Christ and His kingdom.
Be inspired as you grow in your ministry and collaborate with other leaders like you.
Be challenged, stretch your thinking, and deepen your understanding of your mission.
Be equipped to raise your level of leadership as you raise up faithful followers of Christ.
Be inspired to serve a world filled with justice and suffering.
Be challenged with a rigorous academic program that trains you to analyze psychological theory and research from a faith-based worldview and apply it to serve the needs of individuals and families in need of healing.
Be equipped to integrate your Christian faith and practice with the best of contemporary scholarship and professional standards in the disciplines of clinical psychology, counseling, and marriage and family therapy.
One word I'd use to describe my Wheaton experience is purposeful. And I say purposeful because through people and experiences here, the Lord has been teaching me to reorient my desires and aspirations for work in His kingdom.
Flourishing. I chose the word flourishing because of the specific leadership and mentorship opportunities I've experienced at Wheaton and how they've allowed me not only to grow here, but given me the confidence to navigate life after Wheaton.
Winning. I chose the word winning because I feel like all my friends and professors have encouraged me to have a winning mindset.
Full. I chose the word full because my Wheaton College experience has been full of mentorship and friendship here, and I've been left with intergenerational friendship that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Transformative. The reason why I chose the word transformative is because of all the ways I've been influenced by my professors, my peers, and my friends at my time at Wheaton.
Rooted. The reason I chose the word rooted is because I am leaving Wheaton grounded in both my faith and calling.
Unexpected. The reason I chose this word is because I expected to be challenged by Wheaton's academics, but I wasn't expecting how I would be challenged and grown through Wheaton's athletics, student life, and student engagement.
Deep. I chose the word deep because of the deep relationships I've been able to build with friends and all the people I've been able to meet at Wheaton.
Holistic. I chose that word because Wheaton has taken my education and my vision for my life and it's expanded it and shaped it physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every way.
Journey. The reason why I chose Journey is because of the many highs and lows that I've experienced here at Wheaton. These highs and lows are a taste of what life after Wheaton is going to be like. And this is why I love Wheaton.
Welcome back inside Joe Bean Stadium here on the campus of Wheaton College for the second half of tonight's matchup between the North Park Vikings and the Wheaton College Thunder. Thanks for joining us and sticking with us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. My name is Abram Erickson, and we've seen a pretty exciting first half go by between these two teams. Wheaton getting the lead on a goal coming from Sean Dunlop in the 30th minute when he scored on a shot from 28 yards out to break the 0-0 tie and give the Thunder this 1-0 lead. As we take a look at the stat lines from that first half, we see that the North Park Vikings have led in shots 13-4, big disparity there, but when it comes to shots on goal, North Park's had 3 and the Thunder have had 2. The most important category being the goals, and that's where the Thunder lead 1-0 as we head into number 2 here for the half. Haston Biddlecombe has had 3 saves on the night. Mateus Stuhlen for North Park, 1 save and 1 goal allowed. And so as we look to come back and play these second 45 minutes here, I think you've got to be pretty happy if you're the Thunder with how the first 45 went, knowing how good of a team this North Park squad is, coming in with that 13-4 record overall, 6-1 in the
Wheaton men's soccer team
CCIW.
would like to extend a special thank you to their senior
And so they,
student athletic trainers Amy Van Wingerden
to go
and
into
Chelsea
the
Martinez for
second
their
half
help
with a 1-0 lead would
their
be
careers. Thank you
has
to
been
Amy
pretty
and Chelsea.
pretty good for the Thunder to do. So as we look forward now to see these teams taking the field, North Park is ready, and they're out in their all-black uniforms, and we see the Thunder in the white coming out once again. We saw in the first half all 7 starters that we honored here at senior night got the starting nod from Coach Galvo today, and they were gradually subbed out of the game. Looks like we'll have a couple of them starting the second half here, including Sean Dunlop, Peter Whalen. Looks like Austin Pack is out there as well. Towards the end of that first half, we saw a little bit more of the regular Thunder starting lineup subbed into the game. Players like leading goal scorer Silas Galvo, Stafford Dowling, Alessandro D'Argento, Michael Groza, Dylan Etter all had time in the end of that first half. It looks like they will start here in the second as we have Whalen, Groza, Galvo, Sapikiotis, Dowling, Pack, Dunlop, Moyes, Beamer, Hill, and Biddlecombe starting for the Thunder. North Park will have the ball first and look to get things started. Lund tries to send this one up ahead. Beamer is right there to clear that one away. Galvo now working down on the near side, going up to Sapikiotis, but that one's cut away by Barriga. Barriga passing into the center to Olsen. Olsen has Lund open there, where Lund will try to control the ball. Sapikiotis hounding him, but able to get the ball back to his defensive line, and Berg Domas. Dunlop vying against Holgerson for this ball. Dunlop goes down but is back up quickly, and now that ball will roll off the sideline, and the Thunder will get it back for a throw-in down as we come at the end of this first minute. Weather leaks about the same here at the start of the second half. The wind still blowing, maybe even a little harder than it was for the first part of this game. But things are still dry and cool here inside Joe Bean. Now working across the top of the box is Corey, and Corey going to be called for a foul there against the Thunder. Looks like Groza that went down there, and he is still on the ground as he looks to work his way slowly to his feet. Corey not happy about that foul call, but the referee was not hesitant at all to blow the whistle. We saw both teams penalized a fair amount in the first half of this game. North Park had 2 yellow cards. The Thunder had 1. There's coming against Justin Hill. A good pass in the middle, but a really big touch taken by Galvo. Gives the ball back to North Park. And now we've got DeCarne on the bottom side looking to work his way towards the box. Instead, Lund will pass it over to Barriga. It'll be cut away by the Thunder, and Sapikiotis will look to work ahead and flick this ball up to Dowling. Dowling chasing there to try to get the ball away against Kemkers, but Dowling going to be called as Kemkers falls to the ground. Looks like he'll be called for a little bit of a push in the back. And it'll be a free kick. Looks like it'll be taken by the goalkeeper, Stulen. Stulen has been kicking it deep all game long. Biddlecombe, on the other hand, playing short to players like Beamer and Hill. 2 different strategies from these 2 teams as this ball comes into a lot of open space and just sits there, as no one was eager to go after that one until North Park finally does and gets the ball back. Kemkers going over now to Berg Domas. Sending it up ahead to Olsen. Olsen gets past Beamer. Works up ahead inside to the box, trying to flick it over his head. Keeps it in play and then sends this one across the face of the goal, where Dunlop now just clears it outside. And so what we've seen happen a couple times for the Thunder happens now for North Park, is Olsen set that one up for a great cross on one of his teammates for the run, but no one made the run with him. Now pass inside the box, but Biddlecombe will call off Hill there and field that one easily. He'll punt it away past midfield up to Sapikiotis. Sapikiotis wins it away and now works inside the box. He gets past a couple defenders and fires off his shot, but it's wide left. Sapikiotis a little off balance as he took that shot, and it's off frame. Got 41 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this game. And just in these opening 3 minutes or so, we've seen a lot of action from these two teams, similar to what happened in the first half. Now Sapikiotis gets a pass from Whelan, but it goes right back to the Vikings. As I was saying, in the first half, these teams came out with a lot of energy, and then there was a lull for about 20 minutes where not a lot happened, not a lot of shots on goal. Neither team able to string a lot of passes together. We again see a burst of energy here at the beginning of the half as that ball's crossed in by Barriga. And now Whelan passes it outside. A great turn made by Dowling. We'll see if we can chase this ball down and keep it in play. He does. And then just off the sideline, it looks like, as the assistant referee calls that, it's right in front of the Thunder section of fans, and they did not sound happy with that call. Dowling protested as well, but the ball will go back to North Park. Holgerson has the ball on the outside and comes in the middle to Lund. Lund outside now on the bottom of the screen. Working in the middle is Barriga. Barriga passing up ahead to Corey. Biddlecombe waiting in goal now as Corey works to his right side, passing off to Erickson. Erickson up ahead to Lund. Lund will go all the way back to the other side of the field, where it'll be Sindal. Sindal crossing it in, sending this ball up. Moyes flying in to keep that ball away. DeCarne is there. It's up to Lund. Lund wants to send this one into the box. He does, but Biddlecombe clears it out. Right to Erickson. Erickson passing over to Lund. We've seen North Park with these long stretches with the ball in the final third. The Thunder need to clear it out. It's chipped in once again. Beamer heads it out, but not far enough. It's just to Groza. Finally, it'll get up a little towards midfield until this ball's sent in once more. That was Berg Domas who came up from midfield to send that one deep to Biddlecombe, but Biddlecombe will handle it easily as our clock is now down under 40 minutes. This one sent way down towards the other side of the field to Dowling. Dowling working on that sideline against Sindal, and it goes off of Dowling on the sideline. Sindal will have a throw in deep in his own territory. He'll come in the middle to Erickson, but Dunlop is right there. Dunlop working in, trying to get past Lund, but Lund gets it over to Olsen. Olsen now trying to go up the line. Hill there, sliding and making a nice tackle away, and Hill gets pushed down from behind a little bit there by Corey. We'll see as the referee heads over to that side of the field. Looks like he's motioning to maybe talk to a couple players. Corey is going to have to go talk to the referee. The clock will continue to run here as we're down with 38 minutes to go. But Corey's one of the players that we've seen for North Park be very vocal with the official tonight, as many North Park players have been vocal in their protests. Up now to Holgerson. Holgerson taps back, and he will receive it again as he now goes to the outside. Dowling working now, and Holgerson sends this one high up in the air. Biddlecombe coming out and elevating to get that ball up over the head of North Park's oncoming offensive players. And now Sapikiotis with the ball coming down on the other side of the field. It'll be tipped off of Sapikiotis' foot, and North Park will throw it back in. North Park certainly having more possession in this half as they did in half number one as well. This one bouncing down to the top of the box where it'll get deflected back to Stuhlin. Stuhlin will pick it up and look to send this one away. He waits for his team to head deep. He sets this one on the ground and bombs it away well past midfield. It's up off the head of Moyes and played into the middle of the field where it's off of Whelan. Now Lund working up ahead, tries to get it outside. He does to DeCarne. DeCarne now working with his left foot towards the end line, wants to get a cross off, but stripped away by Moyes. Moyes up to Groza, and Groza now working, but Erickson is right there to take it away. Erickson passing over to Olsen. Olsen chips this one up. Moyes is there. He gets it away from the oncoming player. And now Barriga wants to throw in. He goes to DeCarne. DeCarne working in the corner. Kept in bounds by Moyes, and now There's a scuffle in the corner. That one's going to be sent off the end line by DeCarne, so it'll be a goal kick by Haston Biddlecombe. Well, let's see, the official pointing now to the corner. Well, it didn't seem like there was any deflection. Moyes is certainly not happy, but it will be a corner kick here for the Vikings. North Park lining up for the corner kick now. It's Erickson who's going to take it with 36 minutes to go in the half. We see most of North Park's squad standing out at the top of the 18 looking to make a run as Erickson sends this one in. They've had one more this game. They went low, near post. This one's far post. Holgerson trying to elevate, but it's deflected out. Holgerson's got it now. He wants to cross another one in. Biddlecombe racing inside to grab this ball away. And once again, great aggressiveness from Haston Biddlecombe to know when to attack that ball and get it away from the oncoming Corey, who was looking to put a head on that pass inside. Beamer tries to send it up, but Sapikiotis does not continue his run as it's up over his head. And so Stuhlin will have plenty of time to just hold it at the top of the box and find someone to play through. He'll go well past midfield and look to go to Olsen. It's up off of Olsen's head, and Holgerson wins it back down. Holgerson passes into the middle to Erickson. Erickson going back now to Berg Domas. Barriga on the near side. Working past Sapikiotis, plays through to Holgerson. A great connection between those two as it's a give and go, and now that went off the sideline as DeCarne just not able to handle that one. We see Dylan Etter check back into the game. Peter Whalen, the senior, will come out. First substitution of this second half for both teams. Barriga wins that header away off the throw-in. Groza passes into the middle to Etter, and Etter gets it outside to Dunlop. Dunlop works up the sideline, has Dowling in front of him. He'll pass it up ahead to Groza. Groza, a nice touch to control the ball. He's swarmed by two defenders and now tries to get it up to Dowling. Dowling has to work back off of his run, and now it'll be played behind Etters. A bad pass there means it's a turnover, and the ball goes to North Park, but Pack coming right over to win this ball away until it's taken by Corey. Corey streaking up the field, going outside now to DeCarne. DeCarne has plenty of space, looks to send something inside the box. He goes across the top to Holgerson. Holgerson, we've seen him take a shot. Now a good tackle by Galvo. Gets the ball right up ahead to Sapikiotis. Sapikiotis needs to wait for the rest of his team to get ahead, but instead he just sends it up, and there's no one in the vicinity. It'll roll all the way to Stuhlin. Stuhlin will go to Barriga, now down at the bottom of the screen, up to Lund in the middle. Over and outside to Sindal, and Sindal looks up to Olsen. Olsen, as we mentioned before, is the main goal scorer for this Vikings team. He's had 17 on the year, which amounts to just about one a game. He's a prolific scorer for this Vikings team. And we've seen him take a couple of shots today, but neither have been on frame. Into Lund in the middle. It's now 33 minutes to go. More than 10 minutes gone in this second half. Galvo cuts between two defenders and looks to move up the field. He's stopped there by Berg Domas, but Galvo working hard to recover. DeCarne wins the ball away, and now there's a foul that's going to be called. It'll see if it'll go against either Groza or Galvo, as both were there, but North Park plays quickly out of the free kick, as now Barriga goes back to Kemkers. Lund in the middle to Holgerson, but taken away by Groza. Lund is there to recover, and Barriga has it on the sideline. Barriga works up with a little overlap there and tipped out of bounds by Galvo. We'll see if the referee saw a deflection off of Barriga. He did not, although Moyes was pointing the other way, wanting the ball back. It'll be a throw-in. And the referee will move the North Park player back to have him throw in from a different spot. DeCarne will throw in. Looks like he's going to go long into the box. He does. Sending this one up. Trying to get it off the head of Corey. It stays inside the box. Holgerson now. It's crossed into the middle, and Etters cuts it away. We'll see if this one stays in play. It will. spinning and curving to stay in that corner. A foul called against Galvo. Galvo not happy. He was trying to get around the back of DeCarne, but DeCarne did a nice job to shield the ball with his body, and Galvo called there. It'll be a free kick in a really nice position for North Park. Referee will march back the wall. Looks like what will consist of Sapikiotis and Galvo. We see the rest of North Park players centered around the top of that 18 as they look to make a run here. He goes low, and Edders cuts it out. Trying to send it back in. That one deflected by Moyes. Moyes now sending it up ahead. DeCarne chasing after that ball once again. It's cleared out more towards the center of the field where Dowling is working against Kemkers. Dowling gets possession and goes over to Hill. Inside to Edders now, and he'll go back over to the other side to Dunlap. Dunlap up to Edders. He flicks it up ahead, trying to go to Sapikiotis, but not on target. Ball sent back over to the Thunder side of the field where Pack can't handle the pass. Now it's a 3-on-3 for North Park. Olsen working up, but a good recovery by Groza to get there, forcing Olsen to pass off. Erickson outside. DeCarne back to Erickson. Erickson just off the corner of the box. And now we'll hear a whistle. And the offside flag has been put in the air. It'll be offside on North Park with 30 minutes to go. So 15 minutes into the second half. Our score still 1-0. Wheaton leads North Park here in Joe Bean Stadium on senior night. The goal kick from Biddlecombe goes up to Galvo. Beamer goes down, and Beamer going to be called there as he was down on the ground. He moved over and put his hand on the ball. He'll be cautioned, given the yellow card, and that's a clear call for the referee. Beamer knew that he'd been beat and simply rolled over on top of the ball. There was no one behind him, but North Park would have been able to streak towards the goal in a one-on-one with Biddlecombe. And so Beamer opts to take the caution. Erickson will now line up for a free kick, which is still in a really good spot for North Park. So the Thunder not out of the woods yet, as North Park looks to line their players up on the 18. And now the referee coming over, and he's going to caution the North Park sideline. A couple.
The yellow card has been issued to the North Park bench.
And so as the referee sorts this out, it's another caution for North Park. This one coming against the bench. It'll still be a free kick for North Park, though, off of the foul and yellow card that Drew Beamer was awarded. Erickson stands over. Erickson curls this one in low, but Eder is right there. He pops it back up in the air, and Barriga racing down to get it. It comes into the middle now to Holgerson. Holgerson back over to Barriga. Holgerson will play back to Berg Domas. Dunlap trying to get it up ahead. The Thunder have not been past midfield in quite some time now, as North Park has kept the pressure on. Sapikiotis trying to slide and take that one away, and there's a lot of contact in the center of the field. North Park believes Sapikiotis should have been called for the foul. Referee has not signaled that yet, but it's Berg Domas that's down on the ground off of that attempted tackle by Sapikiotis. We'll see if the referee does award the ball to North Park. He's talking here with a couple of players on this North Park side. It looks like right now he's speaking to Erlen Kemkers. So they will get a free kick. Looks like the foul will be called against Sapikiotis. Kemkers will take the free kick from the bottom of the center circle. This one played in deep. Up in the air, it's headed off the back of Holgerson, and now it comes over to DeCarne. Groza does a great job to flick it up over his own head to now work it past midfield for Sapikiotis. Sapikiotis still has the ball. He has Groza in front of him and Galvo on his right. Deflected off of Barriga. Sapikiotis will now go back to Moyes. Moyes sending it to the far side of the field, trying to find Dowling. It's off the head of Sindal, and so it'll be a throw-in if it reaches the sideline, which it does. It rolls off after Dowling shields Lund.
Into the game for Wheaton, number 12, Christian Holland, and number 18, Alessandro Di Argento.
See Alessandro Di Argento and Christian Holland checking the game. He'll replace Silas Galvo and Austin Pack. It'll be a throw-in from Dowling. He'll try to go into Eder. And that one's going to be sent off the end line. It'll be a goal kick for North Park. Yeah, there was a quick protest there to think that it should have been a corner kick and thought that it had been deflected, but referee said there's no touch, and Stuhlin will be set to kick it away now with 28 minutes to go in the half. North Park certainly dominating the possession in this second half as they've kept the pressure on Wheaton throughout. The ball's been almost solely on the North Park offensive side as this one's now played up ahead to Corey in the box. Trying to get past Beamer, but Corey goes down. Beamer saving it off the end line and kicking it off the sideline. Corey wanted a foul, but he had fallen down on his own. Now up towards the top of the box. Coming and now chipping this one in is Kemkers, but Biddlecombe is right there. That one made its way all the way to the goal. Did not look like it was a shot attempt. Instead, he was trying to put it into Holgerson. Dowling slips and loses control of the ball. It goes back to North Park. Olsen sends it back. It's now over to Berg Dolmassen. North Park now the team to play it across their back line as gets played over to Berg Domas once again. Now it comes over to Barriga. And Barriga goes back to Berg Domas once more. He's trying to find a way to get this ball up ahead as this Wheaton defense is doing a great job to mark their men here. As now we see Dowling giving a great defensive effort down on that far side against Sindal. Sindal will throw in. He goes up ahead to Corey. Olsen gets this ball away, and now once again Corey goes down. Eder into the middle to Hill. Hill, a good job to fool his defender and passes it out in front of him. Dowling has to stop his run as it rolls off the sideline. Now the ball back to North Park, going back to that back line. Worked over to Barriga. Barriga trying to get past Holland, who just entered a couple minutes ago for his first time tonight. Kemkers goes in the middle to Lund. Lund has Barriga on the midline. Goes across to Holgerson. Holgerson back to Lund. And for a team that is still down 1-0 with only 25 minutes to go, this North Park team looking very confident, making their passes and taking some time off the clock. Erickson now across to Lund. Lund outside to Barriga. Barriga back now over to Lund. The defense of the Thunder doing a good job adjusting to all of these passes, maintaining their shape and reacting to each pass. Now it's out to Barriga, and Holland comes out to mark. Fires off a cross, but Zapikiotis is there. It deflects only out to DeCarne. DeCarne has the ball inside the box, and he's going to be called for the foul as Moyes is pushed in the back. North Park, once again, not happy as they lose a chance there based on a foul committed. Biddlecombe will kick this one away. It comes up past midfield, up to Holland. Holland gets a touch and keeps it in play, but it goes right to Barriga. Now Holland chasing down. Ball played into the middle. Zapikiotis is right there to pass it over to Eder. And now Hill with the right foot to Groza. Groza going back to Moyes now. Moyes sending it up ahead to Holland. Holland wants to flick it up to D'Argento, but Kemkers gets there and clears it back out towards midfield. Moyes will get this one back and send it high up in the air coming down and bouncing all the way to Stuhlin. Stuhlin will take it and set it back down on the ground to kick this one away with 23.5 minutes to go. Up in the air, won by Eder on the 50-50 ball, but it goes to Lund. Lund wants to put it up to DeCarne. It's bouncing towards the touchline. Moyes gets there first, but sends that ball out of touch. DeCarne will throw it in. He goes back to Barriga. Barriga now back to Berg-Domas in the center to Lund. Lund wanting to go out to Holgerson on the run. It's cleared away by the Thunder up high in the air. It'll bounce once in play, but then it will head back out. Sindal will throw. Sindal going up ahead now. Sapikiotis jumping up over his defender to get the 50-50 ball. Holland, as Barriga works past him, now Groza marking. Sent across to the corner of the box to Holgerson. Holgerson chips it inside. Making a run is Olsen. And that one off the end line. We'll see if Biddlecombe touched it before it reached the end line. Looks like he did. It's going to be a corner kick here. You see this one chipped in by Holgerson. It goes off the head of Olsen and skipping outside of the box, or of the goal, excuse me. Biddlecombe gets a hand on it, but isn't able to keep it in play and corral it, so it ends up being a corner kick for the North Park. Eriksson goes in short, but Eder is right there. Now it's Barriga who fires off a shot, bounces once, and Biddlecombe confidently handles it. And so the Thunder will now take some time to head out towards midfield. Biddlecombe motioning to Moyes, but instead playing short to Beamer. We'll go to Sapikiotis now, and we'll see Sapikiotis move into that back line, but it's a pass goes right to Holgerson. Holgerson up to Olsen. Olsen fires off a shot deflected by Hill. Eriksson goes back to Barriga, and once again North Park on the offensive. Across the middle to Lund, who taps back to Kemkers. Berg-Domas wanting to switch the field and go all the way to the other side. Holgerson trying to keep it in play, which he does. A nice job going off of his chest and then off of his head to keep it in play. Kemkers in the middle to Eriksson. Berg-Domas now to Barriga. Barriga working down the near sideline. Trying to streak past his defender. Groza recovers, and now it's up to Holgerson. Holgerson has space in the middle, sending out to the far side to Sindal. And now to Holgerson. Lund with the overlap. He's open on the far side of the field in the corner. Sindal splits two defenders and works in towards the middle. This one chipped into the box. Corey tries to get it over his head. Beamer reaching up and clearing this one away. Beamer makes a good play after it looked like he had gotten beat there by Corey, but he sticks his leg out and is able to clear that one away off the sideline. It's sent back in immediately by North Park. Holgerson going into Lund, and now trying to hit Sindal in the corner. Deflects off of the Thunder, and it'll be a corner kick coming from the other side, Viking, once again for North Park. We've seen the last couple corner kicks that North Park has taken. The Thunder have been the ones to get the first touch and have cleared it out immediately. It's been Eriksson who's taken it the last couple of times. This time it's Olsen. Olsen sends this one higher in the air. Biddlecombe comes out and punches this one away. Olsen tries to send it in once again. It's up in the air off the head of Corey. It's still in the box. Sapikiotis now trying to clear it, and he will, all the way out to midfield. So the Thunder escaping again from that corner. Up over the head of London. Moyes gets there, but it'll bounce over the sideline. DeCarne wants to throw it in quickly now to Lund. Lund taps back to Barriga, and we're underneath 20 minutes to go. Curled into the box and headed out by Sapikiotis. Groza pushing ahead to Holland. Holland going all the way across the other side of the field to Dowling. Dowling racing past Sindal. Dowling tries to get in front, and he does control the ball. Dowling passing off now to Eder, who has space in front of him. Back out to Dowling on the far side, working at the corner of the box, trying to get past Sindal. Sindal taps it away. And now Dowling will get to the end line, and Sindal looks like he touched it out last. It should be a throw-in for the Thunder. The referee signals for the clock to be stopped, and we'll see. Well, here's it looked like we had another ball out on the field, but now it'll be thrown in. Comes into DiArgento. DiArgento back down to Eder. Eder coming and going back into the Thunder side of the field to Beamer. Over to Moyes now. Moyes going past to Carne, getting it to Holland. Holland wanted the overlap from Moyes, but Moyes had nowhere to go. Into the center, up to Eder, but pass gets through Eder and goes up to Eriksson on the Vikings. They have possession now as Sindal sends it over. It now gets to Barriga. Barriga passing in the middle to Olsen. The pass gets through him, but now it's back off a touch from Corey. Eriksson working at the edge of that center circle. Over to Lund. Lund now. Over to DeCarne. DeCarne to Barriga. Barriga working inside the box, pushing it up ahead. He's down. There's no whistle as North Park certainly wants one. That would have been a penalty kick as it was inside the box where Barriga went down. And you hear the Thunder bench crying loudly for their team to clear this ball away as North Park has had it in the final third for a long time now. Ball goes back to Holgerson, and now Olsen has it. Trying to split a defender, but Justin Hill gets a foot on it. Trying to work it up ahead and spinning through defenders. He still has control. Ultimately going back to Dunlop. It'll come back to it again off of DiArgento. It's now up over the head of Dowling. Dowling working there. It'll go back to Stulen. And Stulen will send it away past midfield. It's off the foot of DeCarne. And Moyes will throw in. He'll take some time now to look for someone to throw in. He's looking for someone to go to as now he opts to go to Dowling, but the throw-in doesn't get there. It's off the head of Berg-Domas. The Thunder will get it back, and Moyes will throw in once more. Moyes having a tough time finding someone to go into. He finds DiArgento now. Over to Groza. Groza sends it into the middle to Eder. Eder flicks it up ahead, wanting Dowling to make a run, but Dowling was firmly planted on the line of the 18. Stulen sends it away. Justin Hill wins the ball. It ricochets over to Lund, and now Eriksson has it in the middle. Back over to Kemkers. Thunder still hold their 1-0 lead, which they got in the 30th minute of this one. It's now just 16 minutes to go. Over to Kemkers. Kemkers looking to send it up ahead. It's up over the head of the Wheaton defense. Biddlecombe comes out of his line, and he's well off the line. And we'll see that the call is for offside. Wow, Biddlecombe realizing that his back line had been beaten by that ball, came out past the 18 to try to take control of it. By the time he'd gotten to the ball, he was outside of the 18, couldn't use his hands, and then had to kick it away from Olsen, but North Park called for the offside. Groza now has it, working his way up towards the box. He's tripped up and has the ball taken away from him. Olsen working now down the sideline with a couple players in front of him. Groza cuts that one away. A nice job. Barriga saving it just before it gets to the end line. Groza working there up to Hill, but Hill has it deflect off of Eriksson. Down below 15 minutes to go. Olsen sends a cross in. Groza now has the ball. He goes up to Holland. Holland getting the ball away, and he's past Berg-Domas. Sends it across the field, trying to go to Dowling, but the pass is offline. Comes back to Stulen. Eder wins it, though, and the Thunder will stay on the offensive as now it goes over to Biddlecombe, but once again, the Thunder not able to connect their passes. Olsen chips it up ahead, trying to find Corey. Sapikiotis coming down, sending it off the sideline. The Vikings will have a throw-in.
Into the game for the Vikings, number 19, Patrick Knapp. For Wheaton, number 2, Mystiker Wingate.
We see Mystiker Wingate come in now for the Thunder. We see number 19, Patrick Knapp, come in for the Vikings. The clock is stopped at 14 minutes now as we see there's a Thunder player on the field. It appears to be Sean Dunlop. The Trainers will come over and tend to him. And so with 14 minutes left in this game, the Thunder holding on to a 1-0 lead, but North Park has had plenty of chances, especially here in this second half, to equalize. They've not been able to yet, but they've continued to keep the pedal down, troubling Wheaton every time they get the ball inside the final third. Dunlop is going to be escorted off the field by the Trainers. He is walking under his own power.
Number 19, Wes Bavard.
And so Sean Dunlop comes out of the game, the goal scorer for the Thunder. He's the one that opened this one up with the goal. The senior scoring on senior night. He comes off the field now, and he'll be replaced by Wes Bavard, the freshman. The clock is back on, and the ball is in play. Bergdahl-Moss has it for the Vikings. Sending it across the field. Dowling coming in to swoop in and take that one away, but taking a big touch, it goes all the way up to Erickson again. North Park trying to attack, wanting to hit DeCarne on the run. Wingate, who's now in the game, working to mark Corey. Corey going back now. Erickson will play back to midfield. And Bergdahl-Moss goes over now to Lund. Lund passing it inside, trying to find Olsen, but the pass was right to Justin Hill, who starts a counterattack, getting it up to DiArgento. Header back to DiArgento. The ball deflects off a North Park player, and DiArgento has plenty of room now. He's taken down from behind by Lund, but the referee rules that there was no need for the whistle. It looks like Lund had gotten all ball, and it simply tripped up DiArgento. Lund passes to the outside to DeCarne. DeCarne working on the outside of the box, trying to get past Moyes, gets to his left, fires off a cross, and that one gets past the goal and rolls off the end line. We see another set of substitutions coming in.
Number 22, William Sandvist. For Wheaton, number 22, Will Woodfin.
So we see both number 22s checking in the game for the Vikings and the Thunder. It's Will Woodfin for Wheaton. And for North Park, it's William Sandvist. Woodfin will check out DiArgento. And Biddlecombe has a goal kick with 12 minutes to go. Set up now. Mystiker Wingate not able to win the ball away from North Park, and so Erickson will pass over to DeCarne on this side. Back over to Kempers at the bottom of the center circle. Bavard getting it there and trying to pass it up ahead to Wingate. He's not able to string that one up. Dowling working to take it away from Lund. He can't either, and so North Park still has the ball, and they're still on the attack. Outside Sandvist. Sandvist inside to Knapp. Knapp working at the top of the box, fires off a shot, deflected by Justin Hill. Holgerson comes down with it, and Holgerson sending it over to the far side of the field. And now the clock will be stopped as Stafford Dowling, it seemed he was shaken up on an earlier play. And the referee has just now blown the whistle to stop the clock. He's going to come over and talk to Dowling. We'll see if he's going to need to come off the field. It doesn't look like it as he's up on his feet now. Clock is stopped with 11 minutes and 16 seconds. North Park not happy that the referee whistled the clock dead when he did. It'll start up again as Dowling just puts it over to Stuhlin, and now North Park will look to get started once more. This ball played up ahead into the box. Holgerson is there, cut away by Beamer, but Holgerson still has it. Now Moyes takes it away nicely, right off the end line from Holgerson. Erickson stripping it now from Groza. Groza attempting to make a tackle, and he'll be called for the foul. It'll be a free kick for North Park. It will go short, and they'll go to DeCarne. DeCarne looking to send it in. Instead, he goes down low to Erickson. Erickson now chips this one across the box, and trying to fly in for a header is Lund. Instead, it rolls off the end line. He's not able to make contact. But Lund was soaring up over the heads of everyone on the Thunder team. Biddlecombe will have a goal kick with just about 10 minutes to go. Biddlecombe up to Wingate. Wingate got his chest on it but couldn't direct the ball towards a teammate. Olsen now trying to send it up ahead. Sapikiotis there jockeying with Corey. He sends it out towards the sideline, but Wes Bavard is able to keep it in play. It goes up now to Wingate in the middle. It's over the head of Barriga. And now Stafford Dowling has open space. He's got Will Woodfin on his right. Plenty of space in front of him. And he lines up now towards the top of the box. It's cut away by DeCarne. The Thunder still have it as Groza is working ahead now, and looks like a similar situation as now the referee whistles to stop the clock as Gustav Eriksson was holding onto his head as well. Following that play, he appears to be shaken up too, and he's still on his feet. But the clock is stopped, and now the ball will be given over to the Thunder, but it'll go all the way back to Biddlecombe. Under 10 minutes now. Biddlecombe sends this one well into North Park territory, all the way down to Dowling. Ball's right on the end line now. And it looks like there's going to be a foul called against Stafford Dowling as he was jockeying on that end line with Kemkers. Stuhlin will look to get this to one of his teammates. Stuhlin bombs this one up to midfield. It's off the head of Eder and out of play. It'll be thrown in by Barriga. Lund has it across into the center circle. It's up to Erickson. Woodfin is there. He works past Woodfin and now sends it out to the other side to Holgerson. Holgerson looking to go into the box. It's deflected once by Wingate. Holgerson getting the rebound off the ricochet. Lund fires a shot, bounces once, and Biddlecombe fields it with a steady hand. This quick shot coming off of a deflection. It's just passed into the center of the field, and Lund lines that one up. It was on frame, but Biddlecombe didn't have to work too hard to get his body in front of that one, and he fielded it cleanly. Stuhlin puts it away now up towards midfield. It's up over his head, and Kemkers keeps it in. Erickson working to find a teammate now as he has Groza on his back. Kemkers over to DeCarne and into the middle to Lund. Lund sends a through ball up ahead. He's trying to find Holgerson, and he does. Holgerson working in towards the middle of the field against Eder. Holgerson dumps it back down to Lund, and Lund back outside once more. This time it's to Knapp. Knapp sends a cross inside. Olsen gets ahead on it, but he directs it directly off the end line, and Olsen not happy there with his hands on his head. Seems to be disgusted with himself as he had jumped up in the air, was alone with the ball, but couldn't direct it on frame. Teams up ahead now, and that ball played off Barriga. Looks like it was a handball, and the referee says that it was, so it'll be a free kick. Beamer goes outside, and he tried to go quickly, and it was taken away immediately by Holgerson. Now a run up the other way. Corey goes down and Beamer goes down. Working inside the box is Knapp. Knapp crossing it across the middle. Olsen is wide open, fires off a shot, and it's into the back of the net. Over the head of Haston Biddlecombe. Peter Olsen ties things for the Vikings. And on what was somewhat of a broken play, you see it here. Ball sent over to the middle, and Moyes goes down, leaving the ball to go up over the head of Biddlecombe. When Beamer was making his run up against Corey, Corey went down, and then Beamer went down. It left no one in front for the Thunder. When it was crossed into the middle, Moyes dove to try to take the ball away, but it left Olsen all alone, and Olsen scores his 18th goal of the season here in his 18th game of the season. It's tied 1-1 here now in Joe Bean Stadium with just 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
Olsen, that's his 18th goal of the season.
We see a North Park player, looks like it's Shatil Corey, come off the field.
North Park, number 14, Renard Berg-Domas.
But we see 14, Renard Berg-Domas, come back in to replace. A very different game now for the Thunder, as instead of now just playing to keep the lead, as going down hard in the corner is Will Woodfin. Now they must score once more to win this one. It's 6 minutes left. The clock continues to run. The Thunder in double overtime just on Wednesday against Carthage would surely like to avoid heading into overtime once again tonight. Off the head of Lund. Bavard trying to pass in the middle. Lund cuts that away, but Eder is there to get the deflection. Eder going back now. Up to Wingate. It's over to Holgerson. Holgerson coming across the middle to Olsen. Olsen has two defenders in front of him trying to take a shot, and it is way up and over the goal. Biddlecombe will get a chance for a goal kick with 5.5 minutes to go. Biddlecombe goes to Moyes. And Moyes tries to pass up ahead. Instead, it's deflected off of Sandfist. And Moyes will throw it in. He'll be moved back by the referee. Moyes throwing up ahead all the way, trying to reach Dowling, but it's off the head of DeCarne. Justin Hill going back over to Sapikiotis, switching the field. Back into Hill in the center. Up now to Eder. Eder has room. Going over to Dowling. Dowling reaching out. And now he has plenty of space in front of him. Dowling moves to his right, passes to Groza. Groza goes back to Moyes. Moyes chips it inside the box, wants to go up to Eder. It comes out to Wingate. Wingate now controlling it, trying to beat his man to the end line. Barriga makes a nice tackle. The ball's still on the ground as the two fight for it. And now it's going to be sent in to the middle of the field. Looks like a foul called on Missaker Wingate on the far side after he made a tackle on Barriga. As the referee goes over to sort things out, he will check on Barriga, who was a little slow to get up but seems to be all right. He will stay in and jog back towards the center. There's now 4 minutes left in this one. A 1-1 game between North Park and Wheaton. Sent up to Eder. Eder has the ball, switches the field over to Moyes. Moyes has Woodfin in front of him. He'll go all the way up to Dowling. Dowling takes a big touch, and the ricochet goes to DeCarne. It's up in the middle. Olsen working against Knapp. Sapikiotis wins the ball away from Knapp. And now it's a 4-on-3 for North Park. Knapp working ahead, going over to Holgerson. Holgerson has the ball in the corner of the box with Bavard in front of him. He dumps it off to Lund. Lund chips it inside, headed away by Groza. But North Park still has it on the top of the box. Knapp now working. The ball is just being battered around inside the box, ricocheting off of multiple different players until the Thunder can get it cleared away. It's up toward Wingate. Now Bavard trying to pass in the middle, but North Park has been so good at clogging these passing lanes throughout this game. The Thunder have not been able to string many passes together in this one. The ball's up to Wingate now with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Wingate in the middle to Hill. Hill has the ball, and he goes over to Wingate on the far side, tries to work it up to Dowling, but cut away by Kemkers. In the middle is Erickson. Erickson works to get up to midfield and passes it back to DeCarne. DeCarne playing through Erickson all the way back to Berg-Domas. Now over to Kemkers and switching the field over to Barriga. Barriga works to Lund, and now Lund going back to Kemkers. It gets past him and will roll towards the end line, so the Thunder will supply pressure, but it gets back to Stuhlen, who sends this one away. A high kick up to midfield. Olsen gets the header, but now Knapp wins it away. Knapp trying to get the ball away from Beamer, who has it now, but it'll go off the sideline, and it'll be a throw-in for North Park with under 2 minutes to go. Thrown into Lund. Lund working over now in Wingate, falling down on top of the ball. Eder working up, trying to get the ball up to Dowling, but Eder and Dowling not on the same page, as Dowling did not go after that one. It's a minute and a half as Stuhlen sends it away. It's up now to Olsen, but Sapikiotis wins it. Down to Wingate, Olsen trailing, and Olsen and Wingate both falling to the ground. It's last touched by Olsen. Wingate is still down. The clock will be stopped at 1:19. Wingate working to his feet gingerly as he's still hunched over, but looks to be okay. The ball will be the Thunder. It's going to be a foul called against Olsen. And so Justin Hill will take the free kick here. We see the rest of the Thunder moved up past midfield. He'll go over to Beamer. Now Beamer will try to send it to Moyes on the near side, but it's cut away by Sandfist. Sandfist moving ahead. Moyes is trailing him. The clock comes down to just about a minute. Moyes sends that one off the sideline. It'll be a throw-in. That one just bouncing off the flag.
Remaining in the second half, 1 minute.
The clock is running down now. The referee motioning that someone needs to come and pick the ball up as we're down below a minute and working towards 45 seconds. It'll be a throw-in. North Park looking to go in short. Comes over now, but the Thunder take it away. Groza moves up ahead, but DeCarne keeps it on the North Park side. It'll go off the end line. Biddlecombe will kick it away with 30 seconds to go. Biddlecombe's going to hold it and take some time off the clock now as it ticks down to 20. We'll see if anything is going to happen here before these next 15 seconds elapse. Biddlecombe waiting. He'll make contact at 11,
10,
and it'll soar towards the middle of the field.
8,
Up off the head of Knapp.
7, 6, 5.
Knapp working now, and
3.
Holgerson is there, but
1.
Hill will win that ball away, and so we will finish regulation here tied 1-1.
Wheaton 1 and North Park 1.
We will head into a period of overtime for the second game in a row for the Thunder. We'll have a quick intermission here before we have a 10-minute overtime period. Stick with us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Followed by a second 10.
Be inspired to serve a world filled with justice and suffering.
Be challenged with a rigorous academic program that trains you to analyze psychological theory and research from a faith-based worldview and apply it to serve the needs of individuals and families in need of healing.
Be equipped to integrate your Christian faith and practice with the best of contemporary scholarship and professional standards in the disciplines of clinical psychology, counseling, and marriage and family therapy.
One word I'd use to describe my Wheaton experience is purposeful. And I say purposeful because through people and experiences here, the Lord has been teaching me to reorient my desires and aspirations for work in His kingdom.
flourishing. I chose the word flourishing because of the specific leadership and mentorship opportunities I've experienced at Wheaton and how they've allowed me not only to grow here, but given me the confidence to navigate life after Wheaton.
Winning. I chose the word winning because I feel like all my friends and professors have encouraged me to have a winning mindset.
Full. I chose the word full because my Wheaton College experience has been full of mentorship and friendship here, and I've been left with intergenerational friendship that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Transformative. The reason why I chose the word transformative is because of all the ways I've been influenced by my professors, my peers, and my friends at my time at Wheaton.
Rooted. The reason I chose the word rooted is because I am leaving Wheaton grounded in both my faith and calling.
Unexpected. The reason I chose this word is because I expected to be challenged by Wheaton's academics, but I wasn't expecting how I would be challenged and grown through Wheaton's athletics, student life, and student engagement.
Deep. I chose the word deep because of the deep relationships I've been able to build with friends and all the people I've been able to meet at Wheaton.
Holistic. I chose that word because Wheaton has taken my education and my vision for my life, and it's expanded it and shaped it physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every way.
Journey. The reason why I chose Journey is because of the many highs and lows that I've experienced here at Wheaton. These highs and lows are a taste of what life after Wheaton is going to be like, and this is why I love Wheaton.
We are back just as action is set to start here in the first overtime period in this game against North Park and Wheaton. After 90 minutes of play, we are tied here, and we will look to head into a 10-minute overtime period. Wheaton scored first in the 30th minute of the game off a goal by Sean Dunlop, but North Park waited until just a couple minutes before the end of regulation for Peter Olsen to put one in the back of the net and tie things up in this one. In this overtime period, it is a golden goal format, therefore the first goal score will end the match. If no one scores during this first 10-minute period, we will have a second 10-minute period, and if no one is able to score then, the game will end in a draw. Now this one's sent into the box, up now to Holgerson. Holgerson gets ahead on it, but it's wide right. So North Park already looking very eager to come out of this quick intermission between the end of regulation and the beginning of this overtime period. They come out firing, getting a cross in early and getting a good shot on. Sapikiotis now has the ball for Wheaton. Sapikiotis looking back to Hill. We see this North Park defense extended much more than they were in the past. We see Olsen and Corey pulled all the way up almost to the box. Now Galvo, who has entered the game to start this overtime period, gets the ball over to Eder. Eder goes back to Moyes, and that one deflects off of Sandfist. Out of play. It'll be thrown in. Lund gets a foot on that ball and sends it towards the middle. Wingate trying to make a run, and Hill Tried to hit him there. He wasn't able to get it up ahead to him. Now Holgerson has the ball at midfield. He's going to take his time and get it into Lund in the middle. Lund passing over to Eriksson. And Eriksson will go back to Kemkers. Kemkers to Bariga. And this team on the field for the Thunder looking very similar to the one that ended off the second half. The only change is that Galvo is on. Now Corey working and has some space. Corey trying to get past a couple Wheaton defenders. Groza is right there to take the ball away from him. Corey went down to the ground and Groza kept the ball as now Dowling has it stripped away. It's another turnover for the Thunder. Holgerson into Lund. Holgerson has it again. Working up the sideline. Wingate will now get their balls tapped away from behind. Holgerson's going to touch it last, and so it'll be a throw-in for Wheaton. Bavard is going to throw it in now with 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the overtime. Up to Missiker, Wingate. Now over to Dowling. Dowling, the ball goes off of him, now sent inside the box up to Galvo, but it's going to go back over his right shoulder, and Stuhlin will come out and field it. Stuhlin puts it down on the ground. Now this is the second game in a row that's headed into overtime for the Thunder. On Wednesday night they were in double overtime with Carthage, where they played to a tie. This one chipped over by Holgenson into the box, and Biddlecombe will control that one easily. But when they played against Carthage, it was 2 overtime periods filled with a lot of scoring opportunities, a lot of shots on goal. We saw Sapikiotis bang one off the right post that had almost gone in. And we saw a couple other really close chances from both teams, but neither able to break that tie. We'll see if anything different here as this overtime period has started out a little slower than the one we saw on Wednesday night. But still, North Park has already had 2 good shots that haven't been on frame, but they've been dangerous nonetheless. Now Beamer working in the middle, sending it up ahead, trying to hit Wingate on a run. Bariga heads it away, but Eder is right there. Eder has it down at his feet. Looked like he wanted to take a shot, but pushed off his line, and the ball was taken away. It comes out to Moyes with 6 minutes to go, and Joe Bean Stadium has filled up a little more as it looks like there's a bigger crowd here as the end of this game has moved on now that we're into overtime. With 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go, it'll be a throw-in for A.J. Moyes running underneath the Thunder stands. He throws it into Dowling. Dowling loses his balance and loses the ball away, but it's kicked right back out to Moyes. Now comes up ahead to Corey. Corey trying to control it, and Edders comes in to cut it away, but Corey still has it. Sends it into the middle where Sapikiotis will head it up into the air. Groza working against Lund on the 50-50 ball. Groza wins it and comes down. He's got room in front, goes over to Wingate. Wingate not able to chase it down before it reaches the end line. And you see some frustration on the faces of some of these Thunder players as they're not able to connect on these passes that they should be able to make. And that's hampered their ability on offense all game long. We're down below 5 minutes, halfway through this overtime period. Stuhlin has a goal kick. It's past midfield and comes up to Lund, who flicks it up over his head. Gets now outside to Holgerson. Holgerson working against Bavard. Holgerson wants to go inside to his left, but Bavard strips it away. He goes into Hill, but Olsen taps it out to Bariga. Now Eriksson in the middle. Now to Bariga once more, sending it into the box. Beamer heads this one away. Hill pushes it up, but now Eriksson has it. Eriksson works towards the top of the box, passes it out to the other side. Sandquist will send in a shot, but it's well high and off of the line. So Biddlecombe will retrieve it and kick this away with 4 minutes to go. Biddlecombe over and out of Beamer. Beamer has Corey on his hip, passing it up ahead to Galvo. Galvo, a good pass into the center where Dowling has it. Dowling now looking to go all the way back to Biddlecombe. Biddlecombe over to Sapikiotis. Sapikiotis working down across midfield. He has Galvo in front of him, and that's who he'll go for on the run. Galvo gets a touch, but then it's going to roll to the end line where Berg Domas will take it. Groza trying to pass it inside to Dowling. He's not able to as Lund recovers nicely and fills that spot that Berg Domas had vacated. Now it's over on the other side to DeCarne. It's high up in the air. Sapikiotis will tap it back to Biddlecombe. There's now 3 minutes to go. Biddlecombe will roll it out to Sapikiotis on the near side. He has Bavard and Groza in front of him. He'll try to play it all the way up ahead to Wingate, but Wingate was moving towards him and did not continue a run. And the Thunder have just not looked to be on the same page in terms of linking up passes throughout this game. It seems to be no different during this overtime period. It's over now to Bavard, who sends this one up into the air. Wingate wins the 50-50, but it comes down right away to Kemkers. It's up over the head of the Olsen, bouncing in towards midfield. Wingate has it. Wingate has Dowling in front of him. He'll send it up to him, but cut away. A nice play made by Berg Domas that saved the goalkeeper Stuhlen from a one-on-one versus Dowling. Olsen has it across midfield with 2 minutes to go. Corey has space. Wingate is coming to defend. He'll tap it back to his teammate, and now it's in the center to Eriksson. Outside to Holgerson. And Holgerson now in the middle to Eriksson. This Thunder defense extends out to all the way to midfield to reach Barriga, and now Holgerson, who has it, sends it into the middle to Lund. Lund back to Berg Domas with 1.5 minutes to go. DeCarne sends this one up high in the air. It's coming down right near the top of the box. Sapikiotis wins the ball and gets it into the center to Dowling. Dowling passes out to Eder at midfield, trying to hit Galvo on a run. DeCarne sliding and making a tackle to clear the ball away. Now Eder back up over his head, wanting to hit Moyes, but he's not able to. Lund has the ball on the far side. Clock about to eclipse 1 minute.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining the first overtime. 1 minute.
Wanted to pass up to Holgerson, but Bavard goes over to Moyes now. Beamer will just send this one all the way up to Dowling. Dowling jumps a little too early, and Berg Domas wins the 50-50. Eder sends it up ahead to Wingate, but Wingate goes down. We hear a whistle. Foul will be called against Missiker Wingate. Looks like the Thunder didn't hear the whistle there as they wanted to continue playing. There's 35 seconds to go. Stuhlen wants to kick this one away. He's letting the clock run down now as his team gets down there, and he'll send this one well past midfield. It's going to be up towards Corey. Looks like it's off the head of Corey outside now to Holgerson. Holgerson gets it to Olsen. Olsen, the one that tied the game with the goal. 12 seconds to go now. He's working against Bavard. Holgerson has it with 10. He crosses it into the box, but it deflects off of Wingate. North Park wants a handball, but the referee will not award it, and the clock will pass throughout the first 10 minutes in the first overtime period. Will result in no scoring for these two teams. There is just one more 10-minute overtime period to go. Once again, if this overtime ends with no team in the lead, it will then be a draw between North Park and Wheaton. We've got a quick 2-minute intermission here between the overtimes. We can take a look now at the CCIW standings where, as I said before, North Park is in the lead. They're 6-1 in the CCIW. Wheaton is down currently in the 4th position where they are 3-2-2. In an important game today, the 3rd and 4th place teams in the CCIW, Illinois Wesleyan and Elmhurst, tied, making Illinois Wesleyan's record 5-2-1. Elmhurst moves to 4-3-1. Regardless of a win, loss, or tie here tonight, North Park will finish off the season in that number 1 spot as North Central is in 2nd at 6-2. So if North Park comes out a win, they will win it outright here. If they tie, they will also win it. If they do lose, they will be tied 6-2 with North Central, but they do have the tiebreaker over North Central as North Park beat North Central 2-1 on October 26th. North Park now ready to get out on the field for this second overtime period. The Thunder still in the huddle. We saw North Park seem to come out with a little more energy than the Thunder in that first overtime, as they were the ones to get the shots first, and the Thunder seemed to just be frantically trying to defend and keep the ball out of the back of the net. They were successful in doing so in that first overtime. We will see what comes of the second here, as now we can hear down on the field these two sidelines encouraging their teams, and they've been vocal all night long. The Thunder now head out to take the field. It'll be Beamer, Sapikiotis, Wingate, Biddlecombe, Bavard, Hill, Galvo, Dowling, Groza, Moyes, and Etter starting for the Thunder. North Park will have the ball to start this second overtime period. The ball comes into Lund immediately, into Carney. Sends it over. It's headed up into the box off the head of Beamer, but Olsen deflects it. Now Olsen has it open on the left side. He fires in a cross. A ricochet, and that one deflects off of his own player. Is still inside the box. Eriksson works it towards the end line. Eriksson will now try to cross it in. Holgerson elevates. It's off of his head. North Park still has control as it's tapped out to DeCarne. DeCarne chips this one inside the box. It's up off of Holgerson's head, and now Sapikiotis will just try to clear it out. He gets it out to Groza, and then up to Wingate. Sent up in the air now by Kemkers. Groza will come down with it around midfield. Ball will come over to DeCarne, and DeCarne clears this one out. It'll bounce towards the sideline. Moyes will keep it in. Moyes now puts it up to Dowling. It comes over to Galvo. Galvo outside to Etter. Etter chips this one in. It's off the leg of Berg-Delmas. Up down to Sandfist. Sandfist up ahead to Corey. Corey trying to get past Justin Hill. He does, going into the middle to Holgerson, but Beamer cuts that one away. And it'll roll off towards the sideline. Sapikiotis keeps it in play, and it goes over now to Wingate. Wingate tried to pass up ahead to Groza, but wasn't able to connect. That ball's now cut away by Wingate. And on that very first play of this overtime period, we didn't get a chance to see a replay as things moved so fast, but Peter Olsen took a shot that deflected off of his own teammate, William Sandfist. It looked destined for goal, and Sandfist stood in the way, deflecting out of the net. Olsen was not happy, as that one could have ended things here for North Park. But we play on with 8 minutes to go. Olsen goes over to Lund. Lund now sends it all the way to the corner to Holgerson. Out to Barriga now. Holgerson working towards the end line. He crosses it in, but Biddlecombe is right there. And Biddlecombe wants to move fast as he goes to punt this one away, and Corey invades his space. And now Biddlecombe coming up and having a word with Corey there. Corey's going to be cautioned.
North Park's number 34, Chateau Corey, has been cautioned.
Biddlecombe looked to get that one out early. He was running. He was going to punt that one on the run from the top of the 18. And Corey was running alongside him and kind of moved into him, knocking Biddlecombe off his line. He fell down to the ground and lost the ball. The referee blew the whistle and then gave the caution to Corey. Biddlecombe now sends it away. The clock had stopped at 7:37. It'll start back up again. Sandfist gets this one back. It's now to Moyes, and Beamer will send it back to him. It's deflected off the sideline by Sandfist. And now Moyes goes down over on the near side. See, it looked like there was a little collision, looked like with Sandfist. The clock stops now at 7:15. Left in this second overtime period. The referee will come over and speak to Moyes to check on him, see if he's all right. And we'll see this ball go back to Moyes. He'll throw it in. Looks like he'll stay in the game. Moyes looks for someone to throw into. He has Etter coming towards him. Instead, he goes all the way up to Dowling. Dowling in the corner surrounded by 2 players, and Dowling just taps it off the sideline himself. DeCarne will now throw it in deep in his own territory with 7 minutes to go. It's up in the air. Eder wins this one away, but Lund is right there to send it up in the air towards midfield. It's off of Holgerson, and now up once again. This time Erickson got a foot on it. Corey working in the middle of the center circle, trying to get it out to Holgerson. He's working against Hill. Wingate comes over and takes this one away from him. Will be substitutes coming in. We see Michael Martins check in for Wes Bavard. We see Alessandro D'Argento check in as well. We'll see who he replaces. Looks like Wes Bavard will come out and Missiker Wingate will come out. The clock is running with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Martins will throw it in from the far side.
Number 19, Patrick Knapp.
Number 19, Patrick Knapp, who we've seen throughout the game in a substitute role, will also check back in. And now the clock will be stopped by the referee as almost 30 to 40 seconds were eaten up just in substitution time there. We now see Shatil Corey come out as Patrick Knapp replaces him. There's just 6 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock. It's up now. Deflected there by the Thunder, but Martins will get this one away. Groza trying to get it in the middle. Now Olsen has some space around him. Working back towards the center circle, trailed by about 4 Thunder players. DeCarne works across the center line, looking to find someone. He goes trying to go to Sanfist, but Moyes gets a deflection. He pushes out in front of him to Galvo. Galvo going inside to D'Argento. D'Argento over to Martins. Martins has Barriga in front of him, wants to hit D'Argento on the run, but Erickson gets to the ball first, tapping it back now to Kemkers. It stays in play until it's now sent off the sideline by Erickson. Into the corner of the box to Dowling. Dowling passing it off to the top to Eder. Eder fires off a shot. It's deflected off of Lund. The Thunder want a handball off of Berg Domas. They do not get it. Beamer has the ball. He's trailed by Knapp. Galvo trying to make a turn there. It's DeCarne who comes and gets the ball and just sends it over to the Wheaton side. Hill will now tap it back to Middlecombe. We're down below 5 minutes left in this second overtime period. Score tied 1-1 between the Thunder and the Vikings. Groza has it in the center. Goes to the far side of the field over to Sapikiotis. Sapikiotis wants to send it up to Dowling on the run. He's not able to hit him. Now to Olsen. Olsen loses the ball to Hill, and Beamer has it. Passing in the middle to Eder. Eder goes back to Beamer. And now wants to send it out to Moyes. Moyes takes control of it on the outside of the box, sends a cross in, but sliding to take that one away is Stuhlen. Moyes had a pass that was on target, headed for Dowling, who was streaking towards the net. But Stuhlen, good anticipation to come out and swallow that one up. Ball comes down right at midfield where Michael Groza takes a nice touch to keep that ball in possession. We're down below 4 minutes. D'Argento sends it out to Moyes. Moyes gets it on the corner, but he's working there against Sandfist. A whistle will be called, and it looks like that foul will go against Moyes. It'll be a free kick now for the Vikings. Looks like it'll be Stuhlen who takes it. 3.5 minutes to go. And now the referee's asking that the clock be stopped. Looks like actually we are set to go as now Sapikiotis heads this one away. Lund gets one deflected off of Eder, and now chasing it down on the sideline is Moyes and Sandfist. It'll be North Park ball. And now the clock will stop once again as we see one player down on the field stretching out, the other tying their shoe. The clock stops at 3:02, a throw in for North Park. Thrown in down to Knapp. Knapp working against Eder. Eder tips it off the sideline. Ball will stay with North Park, and the Vikings will have a throw in that they'll probably treat kind of like a corner kick here. We've seen DeCarne take this deep throw in where he tries to get a running start and send it into the box. Looks like he's doing the same thing here. Puts up all the way into the box. Deflects off the shoulder of Sapikiotis. Now up to DiArgento. DiArgento taken down hard, and DiArgento will be awarded the foul. It'll be a free kick at the top of the box with 2:30 to go. Biddlecombe will play out to the far side of the field, but that pass goes right away to Holgerson. Up now to Knapp. Knapp working against Hill. Hill goes down, and the offside flag is in the air from the assistant referee. North Park is indignant here. They are not happy about that call, neither the coaches nor the players on the field, as they're all protesting what's going on. 2 minutes left as now this one played into the box, and Stuhlin will hold on to that one as Galvo was making a run. Stuhlin will have some time to hold on to it. He'll set it down and send it past midfield. Sapikiotis comes flying in to win that ball away, but it'll be knocked out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in. Up now to Erickson. Erickson has it in the center. It'll be played back to the goalkeeper, Stuhlin. Stuhlin sends it away with a rush of oncoming Thunder players. Justin Hill wins that ball, but Erickson sends it all the way back to the Thunder side of the field. Knapp plays it up ahead, and Holgerson, if he can chase it down, will have an opportunity to send it into Olsen. Holgerson has some time with 1 minute and 15 seconds with Hill in front of him. And now we see multiple players in that corner. Looks like the ball tipped off the touchline and went out of play. It'll be a throw-in for North Park. Referee signals for the clock to stop, and it'll stop at 1:02. It should be a throw-in for North Park here, and it looks like Holgerson will be the one to take it. He throws it into Knapp. Knapp has it on the edge of the box.
1 minute remaining in the second
1 minute left
period.
in this overtime period. As now it's sent off the sideline. And Thunder not happy. They didn't think that one was deflected, but the assistant referee, who's right on top of that ball, opposite after Holgerson kicked it, someone on the Thunder side had made contact with the ball. It'll be a throw-in now for North Park. 43.7 seconds left, but the clock is stopped. Now we see the referee will go over and give a caution to Joey Sapikiotis. That one must have been simply due to some words that Sapikiotis must have said, as he was not directly involved in that play. It surely must have come in a protest of that call for the ball to stay with North Park. 43.7 seconds left. Holgerson looking to throw in. He goes short to Erickson. Erickson flicks it up over his head, and now the offside flag is up in the air. The clock running with 37 seconds. Thrown in now, but Holgerson is right there. DiArgento working on the ball. It's out of play. Thrown up by the Thunder, but now it'll be sent all the way back to the Thunder side with 23 seconds. Justin Hill has it. Hill bombs it away towards midfield. It's up off the head of Lund. Spinning back down to the ground. Galvo not able to handle it. It's up to Lund once again, who knocks it away.
10,
this one deflected towards the sideline with 10 seconds to go.
7,
DiArgento tries to send this one up ahead.
4,
Berg Domas is there to
2,
send that one away, and it'll roll off the sideline. Time will expire here at Joe Bean Stadium, and North Park will storm the field here as they will get the tie, 1-1, which is enough for them to win that first place spot in the CCIW after the 8 games of the season. The Thunder will finish their season here at 10-4-4, 3-2-3 in the CCIW. North Park will go to 13-4-1, 6-1-1 in the CCIW. North Park finishes off atop the CCIW standings at 6-1-1. In this one, we thought we saw the Thunder score first here on senior night. The goal coming from the senior Sean Dunlop in the 30th minute. But then Peter Olsen scored his 18th goal of the year for North Park, tying things up just before the end of regulation. Here in the 2 overtime periods, neither team able to score. And so for the second game in a row, the Thunder tie here after double overtime. They finish off their season with a tie 2-2 against Carthage, and then a 1-1 tie here at North Park. And so once again, the season finishes at 10-4-4, 3-2-3 for the Thunder. We want to thank you for joining us throughout the season here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Thanks for being with us tonight. And for WTSN and everyone here at our great production team at Sunrise Communication, my name is Abram Erickson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night.
Good job, April. Thanks for having me.